By the way, I'm not. I actually told them that technically this could end in like 20 minutes if you guys ignore the things that some of the stuff that I have planned.
That's kind of.
When you
that's
say
kind of funny.
ends in 20 minutes, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
I have a specific. Sorry.
Yeah, I guess
realized.
it could also. It could end even shorter if we all just kill each other.
That's also true. No,
My weapon does a fuck ton of damage. So
What I actually meant was like I have a specific spot in my mind that I want to reach.
Sure.
I do like this idea of speedrunning, Eric.
And
oh god, we're live. Okay, hello
Yes,
everybody.
Yeah, hey, yeah. I was just saying that technically they could reach the end of my planned session 1 in 10 to 20 minutes if they really like ignored the things I set in front of them. But
and luckily we will.
Let's see here.
You might.
We might.
We might.
Yeah.
You never know.
You never know. I don't know. Maybe we're in a crazy, goofy mood this Sunday evening.
It's 3 p.m. your time, Chris.
It's 3 p.m. It's evening. It's bedtime.
Anytime can be bedtime if you're brave enough.
True, if you're strong enough.
If you're strong enough.
If you're strong enough to sleep on, anything's a bed, anytime is bedtime. That's my motto.
Hold on.
True.
I wish that were the case. I think some of the best like sleeps that I've gotten, or just naps in general, have been like on buses or planes, specifically because I'm not in control of driving. So it's like I can or like driving or maneuvering or anything of that nature, so I can just kind of like take in the rumble of the plane or the rumble of the road, and like that puts me to sleep. And it's some of the best naps I've had in my life have been traveling.
Interesting.
Yeah.
People never let me sleep when I'm in a vehicle and not driving. They're like, "Hey, talk to me." Oh, come on.
Oh, the people driving are the ones that are waking up to do so? No, absolutely not. Yeah. No way. I let people sleep. Honestly, I think it's one of the great, like a huge like compliment when people fall asleep in the car while you're driving, because it's like they trust you enough to fall asleep.
Smooth enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I appreciate that thing. Yeah.
I wouldn't actively like shake them to wake them up. I'd just randomly go just
no,
swerve the car.
Don't do that. Just start screaming. Oh man, we had like when I was like very young, I was like at a lock-in at a arcade, and like the morning after, they were like, my friend's parents were driving me home, and like my friend and his sister had fallen asleep in the front seat, and their dad turns around and looks at me and he says, "Watch this," and he just slams on the brakes and starts screaming and swerving the car around, and scared his children to death. Because of course they were awoken from their slumber in the car with their dad screaming. It was great to me and not to them. Anyway, welcome to TurnTables RPG. We are an experimental tabletop RPG stream where every player GMs and every GM plays. We take turns at the end of every mystery, switching out the GM, telling a long-form improvised story. You're watching the first part of our finale mystery for the 3rd season of Monster of the Week. If you'd like to catch up on our previous mystery, the VODs are available on our YouTube. And that's not all, is it, Saul?
No, it's not, Dustin. A lot of our VODs are on YouTube. This session right here will be on YouTube tomorrow,
right now.
Actually. It will be up tomorrow, for sure. If not, like, possibly Wednesday, depending on how long YouTube does its processing thing. I can't control YouTube, but it will be up soon, for sure, as of the recording of this in general. Along with that, it is we also have Monster of the Week seasons 1 and 2, our Uncharted Worlds campaign, Return to OE, which is fantastic. Y'all should definitely check it out. We also have all of our Tiny Table one-shots, which are one-page RPGs that are a lot of fun as well, and more, and essentially along with our PowerPoint party and etc. So feel free to check us out on YouTube, follow us on social media at TurnTables RPG as well, and feel free to join our Discord channel as well. There should be a new link in chat. And then all that content, whether it's on YouTube or here on Twitch or anything of that nature, would not be possible without viewers like you. This channel is very much kind of like a passion project for a lot of us, and all the support that you've shown over the past couple of years is incredible, and we appreciate it so much, whether it's by watching or spreading the word, following us on social media, when you support us monetarily in the times when you can. All of it is fantastic, and we appreciate it so much, and we appreciate you. And now that we're kind of coming to the end of season 3, we're just like overwhelmed by it almost all the time. So thank you, we appreciate it. And then, speaking of being overwhelmed, slash, yeah, just in general, Chris, please talk about Twitch Prime.
Wow. I do. This program is possible made by viewers like you.
Correct.
Yeah. So there's this thing you could do. It's called Twitch Prime, and you get it by having Amazon Prime, specifically Prime Day a few days ago. If you were like, damn, I got a good deal on some DVDs, and you want even better deals, well, you can give the deals to us. With your Amazon Prime account, if you connect to your Twitch account, you can click the little subscribe button down below our little video player. And there will be a checkbox that says sub with Prime if you've properly connected your Amazon account to your Twitch account. And you just click that little checkbox, and then you just click subscribe for free, and you get 1 month free subscription. If you don't, and you only get one of them, so give it to us. Don't give it to anyone else. They didn't earn it. We did earn it, and so we deserve it all. And make sure if you've done it before, you do it again, because it only lasts a month. You get access to cool emotes. If I ever decide to completely take the reins and start just clicking the play an ad button in the moderator tab, you can avoid my reign of terror if you're subscribed. So watch out.
The day is
that's
nigh.
pretty much it.
Apparently.
I
Awesome.
say things now.
Jeez.
Along with those updates, we want to give a shout out to Patrick Krista. He drew up the amazing artwork that you see on our overlay in some direction, as well as the full art designs that you may have caught during the pre-stream. If not, don't worry, you'll get to see them again during the break. That was I said that sentence very weird. I did not stop at all or pause. I said the words right, but the pacing was off. Anyway, you can follow him on Twitter at PCInc or Instagram at PCInc_.
Yes.
The end.
Masha.
I know. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
you're
trying
totally
to,
fine.
I'm trying to do the at everyone ping, and my brain was like, I can't do 2 things at once.
I feel it.
Along with shouting out Patrick, we would also like to shout out the homebrew playbooks and creators that we have used now and in the past. Currently, I am playing The Tracker by Mike Keck, and last season, Saul played The Amnesiac by Jason Burns. You can find the respective links for these folks and these playbooks in chat, and Jason Burns is also on Twitter. Username JabManB. Hey Saul, I know I already mentioned you. Do you have anything you want to discuss that's
Yes.
not happening today?
Correct, yes.
Yeah.
Normally on Sundays, I'm part of a D&D charity actual play called The Hollowed Expands. You can find it on twitch.tv/Ari, Aurelia with the 3, AUR3 LLIA. Normally we stream Turntables on Tuesdays, but because of scheduling stuff and real life stuff, we had to shift it, and I'm very, very thankful. I'm going to give a quick shout out to Ori for being so understanding and talking it out with me and stuff like that. And hopefully we will be back next Sunday at 1 p.m. Central Time to continue our D&D story. But before that, just thank you, Ori, and go check it out if you can. I'm going to pass it off to Mars to also talk about a very cool actual play thing that they did.
I did do a thing. I did Thirsty Sword Lesbians game. I ran a 3-session campaign of Thirsty Sword Lesbians over on TTRPG. The VODs are now on that experience is over, but the VODs are on YouTube if you want to check that out. It was really fun. Lots of messy queer antics, which was very enjoyable, and lots of roller derby. So you should check that out if you have time or want to. Dustin.
That's me. Follow me on Twitch. I stream there. Twitch.tv/Valor6. I do video game stuff. The end, I guess. I don't have any like big announcements for it going on right now. So just come hang out with me. Keep you company. I love you.
Chris, you're up next.
Cool. Yes, if you may. Yes.
That's it. That's the whole thing.
Here, Chris,
Yes,
I'll help
if
you
we-
out.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Oh.
If you, oh wow. Oh wow. We're giving this away for free. This could be a
Whoa.
Patreon exclusive.
Oh.
There we go. Oh my gosh.
Stop.
Let's get in my feels in chat.
Yeah. Get that frog in chat. That cool frog. Anyway, so yeah, so if you want that T-shirt, you can order it on my TeePublic and my Redbubble if you would like some Mimi shirts. If you would like more normal things to like hang on your walls, I also have an imprint. Or if you would like your own custom piece, you can commission me if you would like. Though I'm a little busy right now doing my own personal projects. That I guess you can find out more if you follow me on Twitter, because I'll just post like 5 times a day about every little step I make.
They have been very cool updates. I've been enjoying them.
Thank you.
Agreed.
Yes, yes, I would like to make the Freddy Fazbear shirt on my TeePublic, but I've had problems with TeePublic in the past
Sure.
of uploading existing characters. So it is what it is, even though Freddy Fazbear is cool like that. And then also, it says in the script I also should mention books. My grandmother wrote a book. I illustrated it. This is the 3rd one. You can buy all 3 on Amazon for paperback and Kindle. I'm working on illustrating the 4th and final book as we speak.
I didn't know there was a 4th book.
Yeah, announcing that 4th book like nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Turntables exclusive.
Yeah, the
Dropping
4th and
it.
final book. I'm arguing with her over what the title should be.
The Revenge of Roy Troy.
The Revenge of Roy Troy. Well, anyway, but yeah. So I'm working on the art for the 4th and final book. And my grandfather is like, "This is the best one yet. We can't stop here." And I was like, "Yep, we can stop here."
Wait, no, I've got it.
Roy
I'm
Troy
going to pitch a
and
title
Jim.
for you. I'm going to pitch a title. Ready?
Uh-huh.
All right. It's going to be the subscribe to Turntables RPG on Twitch
Mm-hmm.
of Roy Troy.
The Twitch Prime of Roy Troy.
Yeah, you can sneak that in,
Not
right,
the
Chris?
Prime. You got to specifically.
Yeah.
put-
It's well, I mean, this
Us
is
in
the
there.
3rd book is known as the prime time of Roy Troy, so you can make it your prime time and subscribe to Twitch Prime. But yeah, so yeah, you can, you can buy them, and hopefully I'll have that out. I don't know if she wants it published before the end of summer, but I'm trying to finish it before the end of summer. So we will see. But,
Oh, so
Technically-
it's already written. It's ready to go.
Yeah.
yeah, it's written. I'm illustrating it right now.
Your grandma's a machine.
Yeah, well,
sure.
she worked on the first book. Was she wrote it several years ago, and lost the laptop that had it.
Oh, wow.
But she had printed out a copy for my sister to proofread while she was in middle school, and so I had found a dusty old copy of it, and then I turned it into a book for her birthday and illustrated it. And then she was like, "Well, I want to make more of these," and I was like, "Uh-oh." And so she pretty much wrote all 3 of them together back to back, basically.
So what you're saying is these would not have happened if not for you.
Yeah.
Yes. This was sadly, I wanted to do a nice thing for my grandmother, and it became a job. Um, but
that's-
she pays me reasonably.
Well,
That-
okay, you know.
That's cool though. I appreciate this Roy Troy lore
Yeah.
here in the finale. I think that's
There's
a
so much
special thing.
lore. Yeah.
You pass it off to Mars if you've got.
Yes, please get me out of here.
I do art things sometimes on
Whoa.
occasion, every once in a while. I have Etsy store
Woo.
purchased item. There's my promo. Free not working.
It's a good promo, you know.
Wonderful.
I woke up at 4:30 this morning to go on a plane, and now I'm home, but my brain's not working. I'm saving all the good brain juice for actual finale time and not for this promo. So
Yeah, and the good
save my brain
juice.
juice. Go purchase Etsy store thing.
Yep.
Yes, and the good brain juice will surely flow this evening.
Correct.
Some sort of brain. Never mind.
Some
I was
sort
gonna-
of brain juice will flow.
No comment.
Imagine it's just depressing 100% of the time. Wouldn't that be fun, guys?
Woo, sure, man, that'd be crazy, wouldn't it?
Sure would be, Dustin.
Yeah, Dustin.
Should I do the opening now?
We're at the end, Dustin. The announcements, Dustin.
It was really fun seeing you guys today. Love you a lot. See you next week. Bye.
Thanks for your brain juice, Masha.
Yep.
That was a good
Thanks
session,
for
gang.
harvesting it.
Good session, gang. Whew.
Yeah, recalibrate yourself, whatever you need. Music Man needs a new track anyhow.
Yeah, I turned him off because I thought it was funny.
Honestly, I mean, if you want to keep it quiet and to really add to the atmosphere, you sure can. That's up to you. Otherwise, for no reason, if you've got anything sad, you could probably put that on.
Okay.
Good. That's a great start. That's a great start.
Good start. This is really looking up, folks.
Looking great. I'm going to turn my air conditioner off really quickly to torture myself.
So you can
Really
feel like
put-
the world is ending while the world is ending.
Yeah, really put myself in the mood.
Let's see here.
Okay.
Chris, let me know when you start Music Man. So
Yes.
All right. We begin in a beautiful green forest. Our viewpoint is staring directly down at a dark lake reflecting the moon. Though it's dark, the area is still so vibrant and full of life. Fireflies gently bounce through the air, their lights flashing to attract others to their dance. A deer nearby happily munches on a bit of grass, tail flicking in the darkness. It's so peaceful, so tranquil, and the world is wonderful, heavenly. The bright green trees rustle as a gentle wind moves through them to make the beauty and serenity of the scene complete. The only thing that breaks the silence is one voice. It's so beautiful. Slowly, we pull back from the green eyes of Boromir as they imagine a better time. Up and up we go until we see the scene where we left last time. Screams have begun to echo through the town of Fogwell as the dangerous haze of seed rushes down the mountain toward the town. The red replacing most of the green that could be seen of the lovely woods surrounding it. Animal cries can be heard from within, pained and angry. In town, people stumble from their homes to look at the dangerous substance rushing toward the town. Some with awe and curiosity, while others with fear and confusion. They don't know what it is, but they know that it's coming their way and they only have moments to get away. But Getting away was never an option for the people of Fogwell. Red mist swirls above the town, almost pulsing in excitement as the reinforcements of Seethe rush from the mountain to overtake the town. It's only a matter of time before the citizens themselves are going to be fighting in the streets. Glass shattering can already be heard in the area closest to the forest, screams of pain and agony. And then we return to that small circle of green in which we started. A fog now washes through those trees. The first light of possibly many has faded before the waves of Seethe hit the town. Boromir Stevens is dead. Welcome to the finale of Monster of the Week.
Kind of cool. Okay. I'll play that one. Oh, we're back.
We're back.
Hey guys, I scared Mars and
Yeah.
Masha away. It's just
They
three of
left.
us now.
They decided to leave. They couldn't.
They had to take a moment.
Yeah. So Philip goes up and starts, and he's like, I thought, please hold me.
He does a Fortnite dance.
Yeah, Philip starts doing the Fortnite default dance.
Yeah.
It's very cool. He goes,
Thank you.
Well, Micah, thank you for the sub, by the way.
Yes, thank you. And also thank you for the kind words about the intro. I appreciate it. There you go.
Hey Mars, welcome to the Boys Club.
Hello.
Dope.
What
I
is your
appreciate
guys'
that the dog I'm watching is very efficient. He had to go to the bathroom, so I let him out, and then he just does his business, and he's ready to go back in.
Listen, he don't want to be outside either.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair.
One of us. One of us. One of us. So, gang, how we feeling?
Great. Great. 100%. We're feeling great.
You know, I felt better when I was the keeper, and I don't think I realized what I was doing to myself.
the situation you were putting yourself in?
Correct. Maybe I should have just had Arthur.
You could have stopped this. You could have said, Dustin, no, I'm not gonna have it happen. It just ain't gonna happen.
It's like that meme that's like me sowing. Haha, yes. Me reaping. Oh fuck. Oh god.
Listen,
Yeah.
I didn't plan to kill Boromir Stevens, but I mean, I played the cards I was dealt.
That is
Speaking
true.
of the cards I was dealt, you guys are currently surrounded by armed people. Because I've not taken you out of that situation. That's not on me. That's on you. At the moment, you guys are currently surrounded by the Prats, who are armed and very angry.
But just to clarify, me and Ren just appeared in a flash of light before all of this happened.
Correct. You did. You absolutely did.
Dustin,
spoiler-
would you call that a showy entrance into a dangerous situation?
That's actually.
You gotta give us something.
See, what's funny is I could be really mean and say, when did you take that move?
I did. I took it at the
Yeah.
end of last session, I believe, or like.
At the end of last session after you made your entrance. I'm just kidding. I'm absolutely gonna let you
Yeah.
do it because why would I not? That's so cool. But like, I just wanted to
Yeah.
just for a second to like really steal some hope away from you. Because spoiler alert,
Yeah.
gang, you in chat too. That's gonna be my whole point this session is to steal as much hope as I possibly can. It's my hope now. It's
Cool.
my hope. You don't get any.
Oh
Um,
man.
Well, if Ren is making a big entrance, showing entrance into a dangerous situation, they roll plus cool. On a 10 plus, everyone stops to watch and listen until they finish their ongoing speech. On a 7 to 9, pick one person or monster to stop. Watch and listen until you finish talking. On a miss, you're marked as the biggest threat by all enemies who are present.
Incredible.
So, let's
The
roll
vibe
plus
of this
cool.
episode is gonna be so weird.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay. That's a 5 and a 5 plus 2, so that's a 12.
Oh, okay. I think you said a 5 plus 2, and I'm like, that's 7. Wait, you said a 5 and a 5 plus 2. Okay.
Yes.
We're here. I'm here. I'm here for it now.
2
Okay.
5s and a 2. Ren sort of just like appears out of nowhere, or like I'm interested. I'm not sure if Ren like. I think Ren like crawls out from like under a big ass piece of rubble, and they look beat to shit, but also fine. Like they've got scrapes and cuts and stuff, but for someone who just had a building on them, they look pretty fucking all right. Speaking of which, Justin, how much harm do I have? Because I took 8, but then
You
Ma
died.
was like,
Right.
right.
So I'm gonna say you came back with no harm.
Okay.
You
You
literally came out of heaven. Like you've come back with no harm.
All right. I've come back fully refreshed.
Just kind of
So
Yeah.
I
So
think
don't worry about
Ren-
it. Don't worry. Only 2 of your people are dying. It's fine.
correct.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Emotional harm,
I think Ren,
you know.
when they appear, like sees this mountain erupt, sees the
Boromir die.
Boromir die, and a bunch of armed people in front of them. And I think they just start talking. They're like, if I can talk long enough for my friends to get out of here, that's ideal. Or I can, if I can talk long enough for them to be distracted, that's ideal. And they just start saying, hey, you guys are, we don't need to have guns out. We didn't explode this building. Ren doesn't know what the fuck's going on. Ren doesn't know why they're here. We didn't explode this building.
Mhm.
I don't know who did.
Remind me again what a 10 plus does for that move.
A 10 plus, everyone stops to watch and listen until you finish your opening speech. And I think Ren is just kind of realized they got their attention and is just sort of stuttering through some words until they sort of just fall quiet, because I think the big entrance is usually used for, you enter into a room, you slam open the big doors, and then you start saying some coherent shit. And Ren is not saying coherent shit, but they did just come back from the dead, so
True.
I do like that in this example you said you slammed the doors open, but you are crawling out from debris and just kind of be like,
Yeah.
hey guys, hey wait, hold on,
hey guys, please don't shoot us.
Wait,
let's not use
wait.
guns, and just like
Yeah.
breaking out of the
Dude,
rubble,
guys.
pulling yourself out.
Hey
Boromir-
guys, bullying isn't cool. And here, let me tell you 10 reasons why.
It says that right after seeing
Ah!
someone get shot to death.
Covered in
Yeah.
blood,
Yeah,
covered in dirt,
literally.
just disgusting.
Boromir gets shot down the street. Hey guys, guns aren't cool.
Yeah, I think Ren talks for like probably 30 seconds of just like we didn't explode this building. We're beat to shit. And then they like look over at the rest of the party and just kind of fall quiet because the rest of the party is not looking great. And I think there's just this realization that hits of like they just got a building collapse on them and they're fine, but the rest of their party is not fine.
Phil's fine.
Yeah,
that's
Philip's fine.
Arthur's
Oh, yeah, no, I'm
technically
good.
fine.
Yeah, I'm good. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, Philip is sort of like, hello, I just had like a cool hug with a jellyfish. And my brain's all...
Philip's emotionally.
Yeah, Philip's sort of like, it's like he's sweating profusely. And it's like weird, like sewage water sweat.
Yeah.
What is everybody else doing then? So all of the attention is suddenly turned to Rin, who has come back from the dead, essentially. In fact, okay, not Philip so much, but the other three also thought Rin was probably dead. So this is a surprise to them as well.
Well, I also, when Philip
Oh.
came out, he did get like did get a sense of the void, like, uh-oh, Ren's dead. That's what I gotta hurry.
That's right.
And so Philip
Yeah.
sort of popped in being like, where's Ren? I can save him. Oh no. Oh, you're good. You're fine. Yeah, I think Philip is just sort of like, he pops in, his frog hoodie isn't up, so I guess they do just see Skeleton Man, but they're focused on Ren, so hopefully that's not an issue. And he just sort of is like, uh-oh, raises his hand.
Okay, go on, everybody else.
Hi, sorry, I'm listening. I'm also in the process of printing out Cole's character sheet, and so I didn't want anyone to hear my printer in the background.
Nice. What God, you super posted it, Dustin. Oh, it's in resources. Okay. I was like, I gotta be able to find that shit. Can you remind me where in Fogwell we are? Because it's been like 3 weeks and my brain has gone through a lot of things since then.
You are in the rubble of Miss Merrill's shop.
Oh yeah. Now I remember.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
That's an easy question to answer, and also another reason to despair, because the one place that you called home is gone now.
Ah! How's Little Man handling this? Anybody? Badly?
Yeah, probably. I imagine that Little Man is smart enough to know that gun bad.
Yeah.
And also, I feel like the seed is such an unnatural thing that natural creatures react to it almost stronger than like humanity might. So I feel like Little Man is really freaking out about that wave of seed heading toward the town. Possibly even like trying to like grab hold of Fig's hair and pull her like to try and get her to go somewhere else.
And how many Pratt members are we surrounded by at the moment?
That's a good question. I don't quite remember. Saul, do you remember how many were there? Because you're the one that actually threw them out there. I know it was a number greater than 2, which
Yes, correct. So Jamie Foster is on Bartholomew Beckham's truck. So just within that truck, there's 2. If we were to say that like every other vehicle in the caravan has like 2 or 3 members, I think when I originally explained it, it might have been like 10 or 15 vehicles total in the caravan. So it would be close to like, 25, 30 individuals altogether.
there you go. So a lot.
Guys, quick, shoot a gun in the sky.
Yes.
I've done that. It
when-
worked really well the last time I did it.
Multiple Prats together is actually called a Mario, so it's a Mario of Prats.
No. How many is a Garfield?
More.
Yeah, it's a Garfield is a little bit less than a Guardian.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, no, we're kind of fucked.
Yeah.
Question for the keeper. So Ren is crawling out from the debris like a lizard, speaking at the same time. And
I just want to say really quickly, just to defend myself, I was more than happy to have Ren appear in like this portal of light, stepping through it, like with clouds behind them and wind blowing through their hair. But no, Mars just described themselves as crawling out of the rubble. So I'm, that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
That's what we're going with. That was not my decision.
Honestly, I love it though. It's like
I do too. It's hilarious.
Hey, I have an idea. Can I talk? I don't know.
yeah. We all stopped talking to hear you.
You have my
Sorry.
permission.
I don't know. God, is this a bad? Do we think this is a bad situation?
Yeah.
Can I
No, this is fine.
can I read a bad situation and try to figure out what to do here?
I'll tell you what. You ask your dice if you can do it, then
Okay.
we'll talk.
Rad.
We'll
Yeah,
talk.
I think that like Fig is feeling little man pull on her hair and is trying to settle him, recognizing he's not going to settle and like kind of having this increased panic of the Prats all around and the seethe in the distance. Let's drop the dice on the floor.
Man, I got you all nervous already.
I rolled an 8 plus my 3 sharp is 11.
Nice.
So I get to hold 3.
Oh, 3.
I'm really mad. So I did level up. I took Mark 2 of the basic moves as advanced, and I took Investigate a Mystery and Read a Bad Situation because you girls got high sharp, but rolling an 11 does not mean I get advanced. Questions are, what's my best way in, best way out, dangers we haven't noticed, what's the biggest threat, what's most vulnerable to me, and what's the best way to protect the victims? What is my best way out of this situation? I have Prats on every side of me. Ren is alive, ? And dirty ? Also, is that canon? I would like to leave and not be harmed. How do I do that?
Okay, so I can think of a few ways.
Question real fast, Keeper.
Yeah, what's up? What's up?
I don't mean to throw this off. Could we use Cole to help out? Because they have the power of heart, and that automatically counts as a +10, which would give Fig an extra +1 and push her up to 12.
Well, power of heart only works if you're fighting a monster.
You know.
And
Wow.
you are definitely dealing with the situation, but
Sure.
I mean, are you guys saying you're going to fight these guys? Is that
Come
what?
Okay, hold on.
Guys, please. They're not monsters. They're just white men with guns.
Well,
So they're monsters.
Fine.
they also have earworms, so
Oh, yeah,
that is
that's
true.
That's true. Forgot about that.
Okay, if that's the case, Keeper, then scrap that. I just wanted to see if we could get Fig to that advancement. But that's okay.
I mean, somebody could offer to help out, but like,
But then we'd have to roll, and this one was
You
like
would.
an automatic success, and so I was like, "Oh, cool, we can
Yeah.
like work the system here."
Mm.
I think Masha's got pretty close. There's plenty of time left in this finale.
Yeah, I will say that advanced read a bad situation is just any question you want, and I can't think of anything that I would immediately ask. Oh, I can. Never mind. I am creative enough.
you're very creative.
Yes, you are.
You are.
It wasn't meant to be self-deprecating. I was just like, I couldn't think of anything, and then my brain was like, here's 6 questions. I'm like, oh, okay. Anyway, dear Keeper, I'd like to leave.
Okay. So I will say, this is not the only one I'm giving you, but I will say the easiest way to do it is just to leave, because they're all focused on Rin right now.
Oh.
So you could just
Oh.
leave. Now,
Follow-up. question. Oh no, you keep
Yeah,
talking.
no, like that wasn't all I was gonna give you because I know that wasn't
Okay.
that
was
wasn't
it.
really
Just
your.
abandon your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna do that exactly, but that is one way you could do it, and it's probably the easiest way,
Let's go.
to get out. But sorry, I'm just imagining Faye going, "Oh, okay," and then just leaving. Like Masha's like, "Oh yeah, that's fine. I'm out of here."
Yeah.
Well, that was it. Like she's like, "That's good enough for me." I'm like, "Oh." Anyway, sorry. Um, you know what? I'll tell you. And this is something that I was thinking anyway. Is Fig armed right now?
She always got that thing on her.
Cool. Um,
I'm so nervous. I don't know if you can tell.
we are rule of cooling the world, and you guys can't stop me from this.
Okay.
There is a red barrel in the back of the car that looks like if you were to properly shoot it, it could create, let's just say, a distraction. I will say no one is in the truck itself.
Okay. all right.
Okay.
Oh, good. A morally neutral action can be taken.
We're suddenly gonna
Cool.
turn into Tears of the Kingdom and war crime our way out of this.
Yo.
Yeah. God, I love perpetuating war crimes. Follow-up question. If I were to, let's say, run or create a distraction or whatever, how do I best make sure that Ren does not get harmed or caught up in this? And this is me asking, what's the best way to protect the victims? Victim being my good buddy Ren. All eyes on them.
That's a good question.
That is a
Let's
good
see.
question.
I am creative. Man, it's kind of nice to have fresh brain for Monster of the Week instead of like post-work exhausted brain.
Yeah.
How interesting. We need to look into this.
We will. After
My
season
best man.
3.
I mean, Barter Prime's got a point there. Don't throw the exploding barrel at Rin, but okay. Honestly, the best way to get Rin away from them without, I mean, I could be mean again and say by sacrificing another one of your friends. But if you were to create a distraction, it would be like, as long as it were a big enough distraction, everyone could probably make an escape into town at least.
Just point
Okay.
at Philip and say, that guy doesn't have a face!
And then Philip could just fly away, yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, bye-bye.
Okay.
I sacrifice lesser friend to send my,
Mhm.
my greater friend back to my hand.
I'm sure inside if I want to use my last hold now, and I might as well. Are there any dangers that I haven't noticed yet?
Oh my gosh, that's a very good question.
Because there's
Oh
a
my
lot.
gosh. Dustin, stop.
Oh,
That's not. That question
wow.
isn't meant to be like, "Hey, come up with something." By the way, you
Oh,
can say,
no.
no is a complete sentence.
That's fine. Spoiler alert, gang. I have a notepad pulled up of
No.
dangers going on right now in town,
Oh.
and I'm just trying to decide
Which one?
to tell you about. Because there's actually multiple dangers you haven't noticed, but I feel like telling you all of them from one roll is a bit much. So I'm gonna say this. I don't remember the positioning in town, so I'm probably wrong with exactly where this is coming from. So, in fact, I'm not even gonna say a direction. In the direction of Town Hall, you hear screaming and see smoke rising into the sky.
Oh, we just got the fire out on that one. That's sad.
Town Hall's on fire
Um,
again.
Cool. Well, it seems like our best option to just get away from the Pratts and their earworms. So I think that Fig, without saying anything to anybody, no, she can't just fire a gun and then not say anything to anybody. I think she's gonna yell out loud to everybody, "On my mark, run!" and level her fucking massive rifle at the red barrel on the back of the truck
Who's Mark?
and, and shoot it. Please.
Hey,
And
Masha,
thank you.
No. No more rolling. I've had enough.
why don't you roll and act under pressure? Because I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
you're under a little bit of pressure. You do get a +1
Hell yeah, I
because of-
do.
because of the thing. So, and before you ask, Saul, the barrel is not a monster.
Okay.
So unfortunately, the power of heart doesn't work here either.
Is it an enemy?
Not really, no.
Okay. I rolled a 7, plus my 1 cool is an 8, plus my 1 forward is a 9. The dice are laughing at me, but
They
not
are.
diabolically.
Does anybody want to help out?
Okay.
What, do you want me to catch the bullet and throw it in the right direction?
I don't know.
Please.
I'm asking you if you want to. I'm not telling you how to do it.
Can Ren talking be considered helping out?
Sure.
Uh,
That's great. That's...
Like, just
if it is,
Distracting.
you do have to roll again. I can't
Yeah,
I can't
sure.
let that be, because that is why Masha is or that not Masha, but why Fig isn't immediately being shot upon brandishing her weapon. Because
Right.
otherwise they would have absolutely just turned and shot at her as soon as she reached for her gun. But because they were distracted by you, they did not see her doing that. So if you see Fig preparing for this, you can absolutely do it, but you would need to basically put something extra in as their head starts to slowly turn in Fig's direction. So if you want to roll again, absolutely, be my guest.
yeah, I think I will. I think I will tempt fate and roll again. And I
Plus
think
Please.
the way Ren. Well, let's roll first and see how it goes.
Does it help out?
It is.
Okay. Oh, Mars.
That's a good looking wince.
So it's not. I rolled a 6, but I have 2 cool, so it's an 8. So I think the way Red does this is just like as Fig shouts. I think Ren realizes like Fig has a plan. She's going to do something, and so Ren just is like, well, if Fig's pulling out her weapon, they're gonna train all the guns on her. So what if I pull out my weapon and they're already all focused on me? So Ren goes, "Hey everyone!" and pulls out their sword.
Okay,
Yo.
so,
This is a cluster.
with help out on a 7 to 9, your help grants them +1 to their roll, but you also expose yourself to trouble or danger. Hey, Rin,
Ren just dies again.
take 2 harm.
Take 2 harm, you said?
I take 2 harm as Jamie Foster lets out a panicked gunshot in your direction. It's not aimed properly, so it's not gonna like slam through your chest or anything, but it is going to graze your arm and cause a significant amount of pain, as the bullet basically burdens your flesh. But yeah, hey Vic, you got your 10.
Very cool. I have a complete success on my act under pressure roll.
You do, which is you do what you set out to. What did you set out to do, Vic?
Well, you know, I
Well,
didn't even think about it. I was trying to explode the barrel, but I realized just shooting a barrel with a gun might not do it. Don't come for me.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I said I was gonna do. I was gonna shoot the red barrel.
Cool. Oh man.
80s action movie rules. 80s action movie rules.
Okay, no. Do you guys want action or drama? I'm putting this in your hands. Do you want action or drama? I will say this, it's going to work either way. It just, you telling me will determine how it works. Do you want action or drama?
Sorry, I thought Chris was like.
for the drama.
I thought you were holding like a
The
wine glass.
drama.
I'm
Everybody's-
also drama.
All right.
Damn,
So,
I
Fig-
voted for action, but I am outvoted on this one, I think.
You are. So Fig, you absolutely nail this barrel, and it does not explode.
Damn.
Instead, you puncture a hole in it, and
Mhm.
from that barrel
Oh no.
escapes the red part of it, which is seethe, that
Hey,
slowly
let's go.
erupts from the barrel and completely engulfs the Prats. And now you suddenly hear shouting and angry screams as they begin to fight each other.
Oh, fuck.
Right, well, don't let that touch you, but let's get out of here before they turn on us, too.
Also,
Uh,
hi everyone. How's everyone doing?
Hi, Philip. Let's chat on the way. And I think Fig is gonna start running
That's fine.
towards town.
Jamie,
Call?
Jamie Foster is the only one who isn't. I'm just to give you the thing. Jamie Foster is not fighting them. Instead, he's shouting at them to get a hold of themselves and to like he's grabbing his ear in pain from the looks of things as he tries to get them under control. Yeah. So
I think
what's everybody doing?
Arthur's gonna. Oh man. I think. Arthur's gonna rush over to Ren, and like, just like grab them, like clutching them for dear life, and kind of being like, "How? Why? You're already bleeding?"
And Ren is just like, holding Arthur's face and is like, now is not the time. We have to go.
And I guess like reluctantly, Arthur's gonna peel his eyes away and help Ren up to their feet and run in the direction that Fig was going. And then, if it's okay with the rest of the party, I'd like Cole. Well, Cole's kind of fucked up too, is the problem.
Well, what were you gonna say about Cole?
I was gonna ask if everyone would be okay with Cole fireman carrying Boromir's body out.
He's already doing that.
Okay, cool.
I get to decide that part because
Okay.
that's my character. I'd already planned on him doing that.
Love it.
Like he's limping very badly, and maybe a bit of like because he's very badly beaten and bruised at this moment. But he is absolutely grabbing Boromir's body and bringing it with him.
Cool. So then, yeah, I guess we're all taking advantage of this and running away.
Is anyone not taking advantage of this and running away? Oh no, those eyes.
I don't know what I could do in this situation. I do think Philip sort of hesitates for a moment because I think right now he's taking a lot of mental damage. Not physically, he's fine, but I think he's witnessing this sort of mass violence after going through a few hours of witnessing previously experienced mass violence or mass death. I think is sort of a little bit shaking him up more than he was already shaken up. So I think he sort of stops. Is like, oh, can I do anything about this? Oh, okay. And then he just flies after them. I think he's given up. He's like, I'm not gonna pretend. I'm not gonna like zip up my hoodie and pretend to be a normal person during this.
Where are you guys going?
Who was Fig? You ran first, right?
Yep.
Where are you taking
Shot and
us?
ran.
Yeah.
we're all
Man, if
following
only I
you.
had an additional hold to read a bad situation to figure out where I want to go. Is there a part of town that Fig would consider to be like safe slash kind of secluded at all? Like somewhere we can be that we're not going to be easily found? I don't particularly want to go to town hall where there's smoke rising. You
Yeah.
know, that's just like not my monkeys, not my circus.
More kind of like a place
So-
to regroup.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, obviously, Miss Merrill's shop is kind of out of the question at this point.
Correct. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, no problem. Again, I told you, my whole goal is to completely destroy your hope and
Oh my god.
and your good feelings about the game as much as possible.
Good.
So I will remind
Tabletop
you.
should be hard and not fun.
But there absolutely there's a few places that you could probably go. The library is probably going to be quite empty when there's mass chaos going on in town. Cole has an apartment. That might be a safe place to go, though people do know where Cole lives. So,
Yeah.
you know, that may not be the best option.
Lighthouse. I don't know.
There is the lighthouse,
Oh, damn.
which we've not visited since the very first mystery of
Feels kind of poetic.
Fogwell, and something else that I don't think we've visited since the very first mystery of Fogwell is the Captain's Shack.
Mm-hmm.
No, we
Mm.
went during Masha's season.
We did,
2
we did.
mystery.
Okay,
That's
gotcha,
right.
gotcha. Okay, so there's still the Captain's Shack. So
Ren
those
and
are
Arthur have motel.
true. There's the
There's
motel
the
I think
room.
the
Motel.
motel is further away though.
Yeah.
From what I remember.
Yeah.
If we're like running, I feel like closer is better. Like we can regroup in one spot and then go elsewhere if we need to. So my inclination is the library.
Let's go to the cafe, get our coffee orders.
Yeah.
That's where we do all our meetings. It just feels wrong to mix it up now.
I think the library is
Yeah.
where Fig is going to try to get to.
Okay.
All right.
And I think that the seed hasn't hit the town yet, so you reach it. There's a lot of people in the streets that are like in a bit of a panic because why wouldn't they be?
Mhm.
Everyone is quite agitated and they seem to be looking for something to blame. So you hear people complaining about fracking. You hear people complaining about the youth. You hear people complaining about aliens. Whatever that people could grab onto to blame for what is happening, they are, and the more they blame, the angrier they seem to grow. So yeah, but otherwise you make it, because none of them have chosen you as their angry targets as of right now. So I think that you make it to the library relatively unscathed.
Okay.
Dope.
I go inside, and I hope everybody also goes inside.
Yes.
Yep.
Cole, is there like a meeting room where we can go where it's dark and quiet and we can just kind of sit and chat? This is not good.
Cole is very quiet at the moment, possibly because he is carrying a dead body of a friend at the moment.
Yeah.
But I think that he does nod, like he's not dead to the world as of right now. He does kind of nod and then just starts moving toward a door behind the library counter area, and pushes it open into a break room area.
I think that you could maybe leave Roromir out of this room, unless you.
Arthur goes over to one of the tables, like one of the reading tables in general, and just kind of like pushes all the books, anything that was on it, just like off onto the floor. World's ending anyway, and kind of clears it for Cole to be able to lay down the body.
He will like position Boromir in such a way that you would see a body in a casket, and he kind of tilts his head at the body for a second, like he looks a little bit confused for the moment, and um, yeah, I'm going to take narrative control of Cole for just a moment instead of making anyone roll this thing. And there is a soft glow coming from Boromir's hand that Cole reaches and takes a small spherical object and looks very confused at it before shaking his head and saying, let's get in the meeting room. We can talk about something." And he moves into this thing.
Question for the keeper. You said that this was like a break room, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
What are the chances that there's like a simple first aid kit in here?
Yeah, I think there would be a simple first aid kit. I can't foresee them not having something just in case somebody gets like even if it's just a paper cut, it's just something to keep band-aids in. But
dope. Then
I can see that.
As a follow-up, I'd like to go around to Ren, Cole, if possible, Fig again. But
Your girl's not doing so hot.
yeah, if possible,
Oh.
Fig again because it's been some time. But like, I'd like to either do first aid rolls or to use my traditional remedies to use kind of like these simple supplies to like, help heal everyone, all these players for one harm if possible.
Do you stabilize people?
Yes, I can stabilize people.
Okay, because Cole is unstable right now.
Yes, then I'll definitely. I think once upon seeing him kind of like put down Boromir and like possibly like the adrenaline like wean a little and kind of like take a good look at his face. I think Arthur's gonna kind of like put his arm on Cole's arm and kind of like guide him back into the break room and just kind of be like, you look rough, friend. Let me take a look and try and go around the room and do that for everyone except for Philip, I guess. Sorry, Philip, you're not wounded.
I can also heal people. That's the thing I do.
That is true.
Do as you wish. Go ahead and make your rolls real quick. And while you
don't need to roll for it, it's just something that I can do. Yeah. So it's Chris, yours is specifically one that you roll for, right?
Yeah, I roll and heal harm.
Gotcha. Okay, but if you roll badly, you take on that harm.
No.
Okay.
It's just if I fail, nothing happens. On a 7 to 9, they get a gnarly scar.
Okay. Then, does your move allow? Is it just for healing, or can it stabilize people?
I think it's just for healing. I don't know if it can. It doesn't say stabilize.
Okay, then I'll for sure use Arthur to stabilize Cole, and then also heal Ren for 1. And I believe, Masha, correct me if I'm wrong, but Arthur helped stabilize Fig, right? And then, but she's still at over 4 harm in general. Right. So
yeah,
I think...
Fig is stable, but at 5 out of 7 harm.
Cool.
I made a face at some point earlier where I looked at my sheet and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm almost dying. Cool.
So
extremely rad. Cool. Love that. Okay.
Keeper. So then, since it's either or for my move, would it be fair to say that I could stabilize Cole and then heal both Fig and Ren for 1 harm, respectively?
Yes, if you do, the first aid kit is completely used up, and you won't be able to use it in the future. This particular one in the future.
I think that's fine. Okay. Arthur has seen Philip heal in the past and knows that he doesn't necessarily need this for that. Okay. So I think he's just going to go ahead and do everything that he can to
Sounds
heal.
good.
Yeah. And so he's going to like wrap up and like kind of try and get some ice packs on the bruises on Cole's body. I don't think necessarily this tool would have any... I also don't know if the bullet's still inside of Ren, but I think he's going to find a way to staunch the bleeding and...
the bullet never technically went inside of Ren. It's mostly just a really painful flesh wound. Okay,
cool. Then yeah, he'll wrap that up and disinfect everything as best as possible. Yeah. He watched some House MD in the motel.
Please don't. Chat, don't use House MD as a replacement of medical training.
I was going to mention that a good doctor because the meme is fresh, but I also
he is a surgeon. I think he might be a surgeon.
Who, House? House is a diagnostician. He only tells you what's wrong with you.
No, but the good doctor is.
Oh, yes. The good doctor is in fact a surgeon.
Correct.
Uh, anyway, yeah. Philip's gonna go up to Fig and be like, sorry, I'm just processing some things. Would you like me to use my dark magic to heal your wounds?
You asking me?
Yeah.
I don't know that I particularly want to be on the receiving end of magic that's labeled as dark.
Well, you know,
Um,
it hurts, but it's like in a cool way.
right. I mean, I also feel like we're not going to get a moment of respite from now until this is sorted or settled, or maybe we all die gruesome. Yeah, you know what, Philip? Heal me with your dark magics.
Cool. Philip enters his T pose and starts floating up into the air, chanting dark sayings as the lights flicker in the room.
Is it too late for me to change my? All right.
No.
Little man
Okay.
is crying, by the way, weeping, sobbing.
Cool. I got a 5 and a 2, which is a 7, plus my 3 weird is a 10.
Oh, alright.
Huh.
So you just avoided getting a gnarly scar.
It wouldn't be my first.
So so Philip is going as like the shadows around the room sort of flicker and turn into like tiny little hands that wrap around Fig's body and start like pushing the wound together, healing it in a very painful, searing way.
Mechanically, what do I heal?
3 harm.
Oh shit, thank you.
Fig's ready to fight monsters again.
So Fig's down to 1 harm now.
2 harm.
2 harm.
No, because you healed 1 from
Arthur. Yeah.
Oh,
Arthur,
yes,
and then
thank you.
Yeah.
Right, wow, now that I no longer feel like I'm about to pass away at any moment, Ran,
Yeah,
you're not dead.
that is correct.
How did you manage that?
And I think Ren like falters for a moment, and
Arthur grabs their hand.
like I think as Arthur grabs their hand, they said, I did die. I got sent back.
You could have lived a peaceful existence in a future realm and you came back to this?
It was not my choice.
Oh. Right, well, we need a plan. I have absolutely no idea what to do with what's going on out there,
I mean,
but it seems bad.
the mountains erupted, right? Like, there's no. We were trying to stop it.
we didn't even know we were trying to stop. Like, how could we have foreseen that happening?
Well, what now?
Damage control, maybe? I don't know.
I mean, how we're gonna need a way to stop the seethe, right? And like we're gonna have to go outside at a certain point too, if we're gonna try.
Keeper, can I read a bad situation?
Sure.
Okay, I don't know if I'm reading into something weird, but I feel like I'm reading into something that isn't supposed that's not real.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. I've got the paranoia going on. That's nice.
Yeah, cool. I got a 7 because I have 0 sharp and I rolled a 3 and a 4.
Okay, so you hold one.
Um, a part of me wants to ask if there's like any dangers I haven't noticed yet. Um, but maybe I need to ask what's the biggest threat. I mean, I guess the biggest threat is the sea. That feels like a little
Yeah.
self-explanatory thing. Cool. Yeah, I just want to ask, are there any dangers I haven't noticed yet?
Is there like period in this room, in the world, in the town? Like what I
Um,
I guess just the town, or well, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. It was just I got a vibe that I was just sort of like I feel like there's something not right about the space we're in, but I feel like I misread a vibe
um,
now that I'm in it.
I will also say there's also the 4 extra investigating phenomena questions that you can tack onto investigative mystery as well
that's right.
from Tome of Mysteries. And so it's like, how is this phenomenon doing this? What could fix it, cure it, or slow it down? How far does the effect reach, and what will be affected next?
let's remember those questions for
Yeah.
sure, because I
Sure.
feel like they're going to be very relevant for this mystery.
I forgot that that's a thing that you could do. That phenomenons are a thing.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah. I guess we can do one of those. I guess. Because I feel like I feel like from the tone of voice, my suspicion was seems to be wrong.
I want to know what your suspicion was.
My suspicion was Cole sounded weird to me. But
Well, one of Cole's friends just died saving him from a bullet, so he's
Yeah.
a little out of it right now. He's also still at 4 harm, so he's still on death's door, basically.
oh,
He
yeah,
has
I
been
should probably
stabilized, but yes.
He has been stabilized, yes, so he's not like worsening, but
Cool. Yeah, I guess. I guess one of those. Whatever.
Do you want me to say them again?
Yeah.
How is
Solution?
this? Yeah. How is this phenomenon doing this? What could fix it, cure it, or slow it down? How far does the effect reach, and what will be affected next?
Okay. Cool. I think the most helpful one is there any good way to stop this?
Fix it, cure it, or slow it down.
you aren't sure. You're not 100% sure what could stop this as of right now, but you do feel like if anyone were to know, it would be one of those that were with you at the Fogwell.
Okay.
The 3 of them have the most knowledge as far as magically is concerned. You may have the most talent, but as of right now, you don't have as much study in the immediately surrounding areas as, well, 2 of the 3 there, but something tells you that even the little raccoon might know more than he's letting on. But as far as, like, so you wouldn't know yourself, other than it's probably going to take magic to stop this.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I think Philip is sort of just sort of scans the room, sort of wipes some sewage sweat off of his skull forehead, and just just goes, okay. I think obviously the only solution here is probably going to be a magical one.
Sure, but I mean, are you saying that you have a solution, or just
Well,
that
I was
it's
kind of-
going to be magical?
Well, okay. Sorry. I understand. That was probably kind of stupid of me to just say that, but no, I was looking into trying to see if one of an older spell I knew could be applied to this. but I don't know exactly if that's gonna be big enough um, to fix this problem completely. I probably need to talk to Miss Merrill or something, or someone, which kind of stinks because I just jumped through a magic puddle that made me hug a jellyfish to get here.
I'm sorry. Repeat that.
So okay, I went on a magic journey where I faced all my deepest fears and regrets. And then I sensed that Ren had died, and then I was like, uh-oh, and so I jumped into the magic puddle that is the fog well, and then I hugged a glowing jellyfish, and then I ended up into the shootout, and now we're here.
Glad I'm not the only one who's had a weird as fuck day.
That is. I'm glad I'm not a magic user.
I was just thinking
Yeah.
the same thing.
It's pretty terrible. I would not recommend it. Cool.
So you're saying you had to go talk to Miss Merrill?
I feel like that might be the only. I feel like that'll be the easiest way because someone. I'm hoping that maybe, the knowledge I have could maybe help, but I don't. I think she's one of the few people who will know 100% whether or not, if everything I've gone through in the past 12 hours, was worth it or not.
Hey, someone give me a number between 1 and 6. For no reason.
5.
Or
I heard 5.
I like big numbers.
Okay. All right, thank you. Sorry, go on.
okay.
I think Arthur is okay. Arthur's just gonna kind of okay. So Miss Merrill's still, she's still at the fog well.
Supposedly, unless she decided to move really quickly after the earthquake or whatever, she could have left, but that was the last place I left her, with the raccoon, and the captain, who I don't think likes me.
So, in order to try and learn what the magical solution to all this could be, we have to go find Miss Merrill, who was at the fog well. Not sure, but we could probably start there. For those of us that don't do magic, what are we? What can we do?
I mean, you could try to go around and mitigate damage, if you wanted to try to help people, but most likely I feel like the people you're going to try to help are going to try to kill you.
What if we made a like a safe space, right? Like we seal off some place with magic and try and keep the seed out, and then we could bring people there, and then if they're not breathing it in, then maybe they can snap out of it.
It could, I mean, I don't know how far it travels, or if it's like fog where it will travel over water. But maybe if the main roads are a problem, we could try to get people into boats, and take them off the coast. Or there could be magical places. I don't know. The forest is kind of a whole wacky place. Karunos doesn't really like it when I'm exploring, so I haven't really found anything that's like completely immune to the fog. Maybe I guess I don't know. Maybe the fog well is also immune to it, but I haven't really tested that theory. Miss Merrill was able to create like a bubble, but I don't know if that was fog proof or not.
What?
A bubble?
Yeah, it was a bubble where we went on. At first, I thought we were smoking weed, but then it turned out that we were actually entering my mind's eye, to explore my past personalities.
Did you bring any with you?
No, sadly, no. They weren't carrying those losers. I think the raccoon was, and he just wasn't gonna give me any.
Damn. Okay. I think Arthur's just gonna kind of look to everyone else and be like, "What does everyone else think?" I mean, there's hundreds, maybe thousands of civilians out there that are gonna be at each other's throats. Philip obviously is the most magical out of all of us, but does anyone else have any ideas or thoughts?
I mean, we resist the seed, right? At least most of the time. It's possible that they do too. And if so, they might just need our help. I mean, the Pratts are a problem anyway. They're not, even without the seed, they've got those damn worm things in their ears again. I guess Cole's the only one that knows that right now, because he's the only one that's seen it.
You just told us, yeah.
Big
Yeah,
reveal
yeah.
there.
We knew that worms existed though, right? Even
Yeah.
if we didn't know that they had them in them.
Yeah.
Well, that explains part of the reason that they were acting so weird, and I guess why Jamie Foster was getting so upset.
Unhinged.
So, but
That's a good word for it.
it affected them, right?
It seemed to affect the worms. He was holding his ear like it was in pain. Do we think? So I know this might be a little fucked up. As I'm in these brief moments of clarity I'm having. Do we think Boromir might know anything?
Arthur's eyes are gonna go
Oh.
wide, and he's gonna look at Cole.
I don't think so. And Cole just kind of goes quiet for a second. He lowers his head to stare at the ground, and when he speaks, it's soft, it's hurt, it's guilty, and he says, I spoke to Boromir before all of this happened, and the Pratts kidnapped Eomir and forced him to do some bad stuff, and I told him I didn't trust him. And I think that's why he trails off.
Cole, you can't blame yourself.
It's not your fault.
Okay. So who wants to do what? Do we all want to come with me to the Fogwell, or do we want to split up and try to mitigate damage as best as we can?
I can't go back into the forest.
I feel like maybe
the
if
whole-
Carnunos gives a shit for you being in the forest during right now, I mean, really, I know he's basically a fucking cop, but we can't even. Hopefully, he gets
Border
his shit
Patrol.
together. Exactly.
ACAB, even Carnunos. I
All
If-
Caranunos are bastards.
No.
if
There's
Miss
more.
Spelled with a
Merrill,
C. Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if Miss Merrill is at the Fogwell and potentially in danger, that's where I've got to go. I've got to keep her safe.
Those Pratts are out there with weapons. And there's probably still people trying to leave or trying to escape. I don't know. I would go with you. I feel like the solution lies there, but I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be part of that solution. I need to, the greater solution's going to save lives, but there's lives in danger right now.
I wish there was a way we could stay in contact, because I feel like There must be. I don't know. There's just something about this whole situation. I don't know. It feels like splitting up feels like. Well, this is a fucked up situation. I'm just gonna say that there's no real good. There's everything has nothing feels just like a good answer here. I just feel like I think we could do a lot of good by splitting up, but I'm also worried that maybe there's a reason that we need to. I don't know. Again, I think maybe it's just kind of fucked. I don't know exactly because anything we do isn't going to unless the Miss Merrill thing works out. Anything we do now, it has the potential of only being like a band-aid.
I get what you're saying. I do.
5. 5. What does it mean?
I finally rolled a 5. That's what it means. And the entire world begins to shake.
Oh, god damn it. Hold on, is this the right one? Nope.
Oh my god.
There we go.
Jesus.
Giving me a fucking heart attack. Jesus.
And
That was Philip's head hitting the ceiling.
you hear screaming coming from outside. As it seems like the seethe may have reached the town.
Fuck.
Philip, can you seal off the library?
Like me specifically? Like what do you mean? Like what do you mean by seal off?
Can you, make it like cast some kind of like protection spell or something that
I
can
could
like
trap everyone's soul in the library for all eternity.
or can you not just make it something that like keeps out the seethe?
Are you? Oh, I could. I mean, I can bar a place or portal to a specific person or type of creature. I can do something beyond human limitations. I can trap a specific person or minion. I can.
Why does it seem like you're reading off a list?
I have lists in my brain. I can't. Yeah, that's pretty much all I think.
It's like it's written on your hand with like smudged and it's like smudged and you're trying to trap something beyond human limitations.
So yeah,
What are you wanting to do?
does bar a place make sense? Bar a place or portal to a specific person or type of creature? That doesn't really make sense, actually.
What are you trying to do?
What if you did bar a specific place from the people with the earworms, right? Because at least then we could bring people who are affected by the seethe into the library, and I don't know because like you know.
Also.
Yeah.
I also have I banish a spirit or curse from a person, object, or place it inhabits. Which could be interesting.
So I guess, Keeper, the reason I'm asking Philip about this in general is because I think if we do split up, right, and the narrative doesn't force us all to go together and things of that nature, like, and some of us stay behind to save citizens, how do you fight an aerosol? Like something that's like out in the air, like an agent that's out in the air. And I'm trying to think of like if we could
Stiff breeze.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like if we could like create a space that like can bounce that stuff away, then we can take them out from the quote unquote, or for lack of a better term, contaminated air into a space that's not contaminated, and then hopefully, because they're no longer breathing it in, they wouldn't be, like it'd be easier to kind of snap them out of it, if that makes sense. Or like to be able to point people who are still cognizant and be like, go to the library, something along those lines. I don't know.
So what you want to do is set the library up as a safe spot away from the seethe.
Correct.
Like that is your plan.
That is what I'm asking Philip if it's possible to do.
So I do want to remind you guys that use magic is not the only thing that allows you to do something with magic in the game.
Big magic, you say?
There is big magic, and I'm willing to let you do that, but I am going to give you some requirements.
Right.
Okay.
And I already know what the requirement is.
Let's do that, baby.
You need a lot of people to help.
Fuck.
So if you
One
want
thing
to
I
do
don't
this,
have.
you're going to need to already convince people to come to the library. I would say you need to have staying in the library for this to work at least 10 people.
Okay, hold on. Philip, Cole,
If-
Ren.
They have to stay in
Do
the
they
library.
have to be alive?
They have to be alive. They do not have to be magical.
Can they be reanimated?
No.
Wait. Guys, I can game the system. I can use magic to summon a monster into the world. And I just have to do that.
Yes, keep going. Let him cook.
I just have to do that 10 times. And I can use luck for like half of those until I'm doomed.
And
That
then
sounds good. That
once
sounds
you,
great.
yeah, sounds an amazing idea. And then once you're done with that, I can remind you that it says people and not monsters.
Damn it. Hey,
Monsters are people too.
Yeah, that's-
too.
Yeah.
That's really narrow-minded.
They are not, because I can't roll manipulate someone against them.
Damn you.
Unless you have a specific move, but yes.
I can manipulate animals and beasts. Can I get some birds in here? Will they count?
Here, let me roll 3 failures in a row so that I can get the monstrous dark manipulator move, and I can manipulate monsters.
Guys, we can game the system. Okay. So here's the plan here. Okay. Well, not the plan, but here's our options. I go get. I guess I could do this as Philip. I can go grab Miss Merrill and take her back here, and then we meet up, and you guys get as many people as you can to the library, where I can then fortify it with magic, and maybe even have Miss Merrill to help, and then we can figure out a plan. And that's an extra step, because if I get to Miss Merrill and Miss Merrill's like, we have to go to the mountain now, that kind of puts a little hiccup in it. But hopefully I can be like, Miss Merrill, let's go to the library and plan it out.
Splitting up would require that we have to stay in communication. And Arthur's gonna pull out the phone and attempt to send a message to Fig, because I think Fig also has a phone? Question mark.
Dang.
I think so.
It's like a flip phone, something along those
Yeah,
lines.
I think Fig said that. I think Monster said that Fig has like an old phone, and like.
Not an iPhone, I don't think,
For
or
sure.
anything.
I think Arthur's just gonna text her test specifically to see whether or not like we can still communicate via phone, or if like the whole situation is, you know.
Guys, okay. Do we want to be wacky or realistic? Wacky or realistic? You guys
Wacky is
can-
very funny to
Wacky.
me.
Wacky.
Wacky.
Wacky. All right. Wacky. All right.
Wait, I regret that. Wait.
Cool. No, too late. Yeah, no,
Oh,
that's
shit.
majority wins. Wacky it is.
Loudest
your phone
wins
vibrates.
more like.
Well, no, I saw. I was watching around. I guess technically you two could both vote realistic, and then I'll ask chat because I saw both Chris and no, actually no. It was Chris, Mars, and Masha all said wacky. So
Okay.
that was wacky. All right, so it's wacky. So yeah, Fig, your phone vibrates.
Cool. I look at it.
What did you text to Fig?
Testing.
Cool. It says "fuck you, bitch."
Oh.
Arthur.
Yeah. You got my message?
Right. It says, "Fuck you, bitch."
Wow, that's wild because mine says texting.
Oh,
And
you put.
Arthur gets
Well, I mean, guys, from my
Actively
understanding,
sweating.
Arthur doesn't know how to read, so he doesn't know what he said.
That's not true.
Arthur uses text
Miss
to
Merrill
speech.
has been teaching me, little by little.
Miss Merrill's been doing the longest grift ever, just to get Arthur.
Oh my
to
God.
text someone.
It means
Testing.
peace among worlds.
F-U-C-K.
Yeah. I think Fig is gonna text back, "Fuck you too," just to see what it comes back out as.
It says "fuck you too."
Well, did you mean to say? Did you mean to send a "fuck you" too?
This is such a dumb idea.
Yes.
I'm
okay,
afraid that this
Fig-
interaction has left
can
me
we-
more confused about cellular devices than I was at the beginning of it.
Hold on, team. Can we just try to text just blatant true information and see if we can at least communicate that? Like, I am at the library.
All right. I'll text. I am at the library.
Okay.
It's like my prop work. This is how texting works.
I like it.
I do like that. That is how text. Okay. Anyways, Arthur, your phone vibrates,
Mm-hmm.
and you have a text from Fig that says, "Hey, Masha, I'm gonna put you on the spot with
Okay.
some improv here. What is one true statement about Arthur that annoys Fig?"
About Arthur. About Arthur.
About Arthur.
That annoys Fig. He's illiterate.
Okay.
He's mostly illiterate.
I'm at the library, even though you
Mm.
can't fucking read, loser.
Sure. It says exactly. No. It doesn't say that. It doesn't say anything about being at the library.
Uh-huh.
It just says "learn to read, loser."
Arthur
Sucks in
takes
text.
Arthur takes a very long time to read the message because he can't read that fast. So he's just kind of like, learn to read, low, no Lou, it's sir, learn to read.
We don't have
News.
time for
Oh.
this. Obviously, you're reading something that I didn't send, so I don't know what kind of communication we're gonna get done if the messages get garbled.
Can we call? Is that a thing? Can we call?
Yeah, can I send like a voice message? What happens
No,
With your old
just call.
phone?
Just call.
Okay. I call Arthur.
The phone rings.
Green is good, and he taps the green.
Green is good, yeah. I don't know what
That's
accent
what
that
they say
was.
about
And then Arthur will leave the room because he's like, I'm not gonna be able to tell if it's just, and he leaves the room.
All right. Can you hear me? All right.
So as I will say this right now, as Arthur was speaking to say in like I'm gonna leave so that it doesn't sound like it sounded perfectly fine on your end, but as soon as he leaves the room, who's speaking first?
I think Fig was in response to.
Yeah, I just say, can you hear me? All right.
Give another thing that annoys you about Arthur.
Jesus. Damn, dude, just roast Arthur.
You just want us to fight each other, Dustin. That's what's going on here. It annoys me that Arthur.
Has too great of an ass.
I mean, it does not have to be actually.
It's
mean,
kind of
but just-
obnoxious, actually, how big his ass is. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, Fig is pissed that she's been secretly weight training and taking steroids this whole time, and Arthur's ass is still bigger, and she's never seen him do a squat.
So yeah, tell me, DM, how does that? What does that translate?
I can't believe you got a fat dumpy, and I don't.
Yeah, there it is.
Arthur's,
There it is.
Arthur's gonna bring down the phone and kind of like peek back in, and he's like, "Sorry, what's a fat dumpy?"
How does that come back? Does that come back as
No,
what's a fat
he's
donkey?
pulled the phone away from him, but he's peeking back into her because he does not understand. He doesn't understand.
Sal's like, I'm not coming up with something that gets on my nerves about Fig. Forget it. No way.
Oh yeah, the fat dumpy, the classic big Zach, big CD's Zach meal. Anyway,
It's a peach cobbler.
the big dumpy's a peach cobbler. That's fun.
Yeah, because like people are always like, oh, like you have a big peach in reference. I don't know why the phone is still against my ear. In reference to like butts, and so a fat dumpy would be like a peach cobbler,
Oh,
like-
that's fun.
full of sugar and butter and peaches. No
Anyway.
one else do that. I want to do it. I'm making
Okay.
it. I'm doing it.
So it seems as though
I don't think that we'll be able to communicate with each other. I think that
At least not with these devices.
not with these devices. And walkie-talkies don't have a very large range. I mean, I'm all for staying together because if we put our minds together and resolve the larger issue at hand, I think that's better than trying to put out the small fires. And though I'm not magical, I've got a gun, a knife, and a big trap, and I definitely would be more beneficial protecting y'all, especially Philip, who seems to be the most magically inclined, rather than trying to save the townsfolk. Y'all got any opinions on that? I just don't want to be in the woods, Miss Merrill bleeding out, and I call Arthur for help, and all he hears is, "I hate
how
you
much
and
you're
you're a
envious
loser."
of his big dumpy.
I mean,
I don't...
we could also just say, if you call me at all, I'll take it as a sign for help. I don't necessarily need to answer.
But how will you find out where I am? What if I've moved? What if you're elsewhere? I don't want to be in a situation where I can't find you all. I'm still reeling from the fact that I thought Ren was gone.
well, no,
forever.
100% Ren was dead. I felt it in the cosmos.
I'm gonna pretend I
Yeah,
didn't hear
we-
that.
I did die.
That sounds awful.
It was not great. It
It's
was
not
weird.
fun. It's just
We'll
not
talk about
fun.
it later, or we won't. I don't need to. I'm fine.
Licensed therapy is so interesting. Let's get out of here. Stop holding up 5. Oh, you
Listen,
just keep rolling until you get 5, and then things get worse.
I don't like just constantly keep rolling. There's a cue to it that you guys don't know yet, obviously, but yeah. And so I rolled a 5. So there's another earthquake that happens,
Oh God.
Splat.
Y'all,
and
this is the right noise.
and strangely, there's no screaming right now.
Okay, that's bad. That's worse.
That's bad. I don't want to go into the forest because if I meet a fucking raged up Ternunos, don't want to die again. I can help people. We can. Fuck.
Okay, well here's the thing. Okay, maybe I just go to help Miss Merrill, and you all get to stay here.
Philip, I'm coming with you.
Okay.
Ren can't go into the woods, and I'm not leaving them again.
Okay, I could have pieced that one together. Cole, I'm gonna wait quickly. Cole, try not to scream too hard, and then I'm gonna cast this might sting on him because I keep forgetting he's like forehand harm. So I'm going to
He's
heal
an
him.
Don't roll snake eyes.
That'd be fine. Cool. 5 and a 2 is a 7 plus a 3 is a 10. You don't get a scar. Congratulations. You heal 3.
All right.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay, cool. Now, okay, cool. Cole, where are you going? I can only carry so many people.
Cole remains quiet for a moment, and then he looks up to Philip and he holds out his hand, and inside of it is this glowing marble, I guess. And he said this was in Boromir's hand when he died. And I don't know what it is.
Bakugan?
I don't know what it is.
What is
But
it?
Miss Merrill might. So here, and he offers it to Fig.
I'll take it and look at it.
All right. Upon taking it, you are filled with a weird warmth. It feels good. It does feel nice. I'm going with them. I feel like I can do better helping in town. But
Good. Are you sure?
yeah. Yeah.
Please, 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 I'm begging, please don't be stupid.
I don't think we mean to be.
I'm not talking to you, Anna, please. You'll do you. I'm talking to Cole.
I mean, I just thought I'd interject because he's, added you a little bit about me leaving with Ren, so
No, I mean, you do you. You'll do your own thing. I'm just, please, okay, just please don't let anything bad happen to Cole, is what I'm asking.
I'll do my
I'll
best.
be fine.
Do our best.
And I think Cole stands up and hefts his axe up over his shoulder and does the whole, the cool guy stand. And he
Fuck,
says,
he is cool.
I think we have people to help. And if nobody has anything else to add, we'll take our break. And when we come back, we'll split the party.
Great.
Dustin's
Yay.
classic catchphrase.
Listen, I'm not the only one that splits the party.
No, it's normally Saul.
It's actually normally all of us because we make the decision to split the party
Well, I guess.
so many times.
Yeah, it just happens
Yeah.
to be that I do it the most, probably. Or so oftentimes y'all are in pairs. I think mine are always kind of like y'all are singular by yourselves, and then I have to hop between everyone. But
All right. The good news is this is going on pace to stop at a comfortable time for all of us and be able to we'll talk on break. Let's go to break for now. Chat, get up, stretch, get you a drink, stay hydrated.
we'll be back in 10.
We'll be back in 10.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
All right. See you in a few.
Don't worry, chat. He's not actually muted. He's just fucking with us.
I'm actually on push
What?
talk, and I'm not.
Oh,
just,
I
I'm
heard
just
him.
pushing the button.
I didn't
heard
hear
him.
him.
I didn't hear
I
Huh?
him.
heard him. I heard everything he said.
Did you guys say you're murdering me?
Yeah.
Me specifically?
Mm-hmm.
Yikes!
Yeah.
You?
No, I was talking to Sydney on in the break, and I was like, I don't like splitting the party, but I don't feel bad for splitting the party.
Good. You shouldn't.
That's valid.
Hey, do what you gotta do for your character. Like,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I also think. Yeah, I also think I think people would feel bad if we just let a few townspeople die.
Yeah. Spoiler alert: Cole wasn't going to let that happen anyway.
Cool.
Like
Yeah.
you guys would have had to, because that's Cole's character. That has nothing to do with me as the GM. Like
Yeah.
I was painted into a corner. I
Also, I
painted
don't
myself into a corner.
We don't have a car, I don't think, anymore.
No, and like Philip, historically can only really carry one person with ease.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I was thinking, now there is the problem of Philip can't carry both Miss Merrill and Big back.
that's true.
Fig will figure her shit out.
But you're also going to a place where there's two
I don't care for the raccoon
knowledgeable
or the captain.
knowledgeable magical people at least. You know, so it's like
The captain, he's fine. I believe he can get through it, and Atticus is in his natural element, the woods.
This is natural element now.
Ah, yes, the woods. I love
is that
it.
really the raccoon's natural element though? Like,
My natural element is now the
or
dumpster.
are they like a species that has like, you know, gotten
If-
so used to nesting within
City
the
life.
human world? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Uh-huh.
I
I get what you're saying.
I feel like I've always heard stories of raccoons closer to humans rather than actually knowing like what a nest of raccoons would look like out in the wild. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
yeah.
Like a raccoon popping out of a trash can feels a little more natural than like a raccoon like drinking from a water stream.
Yeah.
People do
Where
call
does
it
a where does
trash
a raccoon smoking weed fit under the like what's natural for raccoons?
Ah, yes,
Like,
the woods, my favorite place to smoke that ganja. That good
Ah.
shit.
That
I'm
good,
Atticus
good.
Campbell, and I love being stoned. Who
I
wants
would-
to do dabs with me in the backyard?
Hello. Hello. Me and the boys like to smoke some ganja in the woods on Wednesday. We got...
They've
very
evolved from
separate-
sarsaparilla Saturdays to weed
Yes.
Wednesdays.
And when April 20th falls on a Wednesday, oh buddy.
Oh boy, do we not remember reality itself, for reality shall not remember us.
The most auspicious of times to cast our spells is on 420 when we are lit.
We are lit AF.
Hey,
Yes.
We're having such fun here. Just such jovial
We have to have some
times that
levity,
we're all
Destin. We
having.
have to have some levity.
just some good levity, good happy.
Remember when we were
fun
all living and had a
times.
good time?
It's wonderful times. So just so good, so good. And I'm sure it will only get happier from here, right, gang?
Yep.
Yep.
So
I'm holding you to that. You said it, so it's real.
So you heading outside, right?
Oh, we're just jumping right into it. I'll do it. I'm down.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose, yeah, like we were in the break room, I think. Correct me, or
I mean, if you guys have other things that you want to do, we can.
no, I mean, like, I guess if we're leaving the break room, all I was going to ask was, like, are the doors into the library, like, glass doors so that we can kind of see what's going on outside? Do they have windows or anything like that? Or, like, is there any way to tell, like, what we're walking into before we go outside?
The break room, no.
Okay.
The break room has no windows. The library does.
Yeah, I think that's what I meant, is, like, the front doors to the library.
Yeah, I like to picture the front doors of the library actually being those like wooden doors with the glass like in the
Mhm.
middle of you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I got you.
And that you can kind of see out if you look. I forget, where did we? The library was close to the beach, I think.
I always imagined it more of like central
Okay,
town.
okay, that's fine. Central Town it is.
Sorry, I just read chat. And Mars calling Ted a little bastard was really funny.
He's
Wow.
such a little bastard. I took him out during break, and then the minute I sit back down, he starts to shit on the carpet.
Yeah.
That is a little bastard move.
He is
That
16
is a bastard
years
move.
old, and he has incontinence issues.
Oh, well,
And-
alright.
The funny thing is he doesn't. He's just doing that because you're there.
Oh, he's just a little.
Yeah.
He's just a little. Oh, my.
He's also an asshole because he wants me to feed him even though it's 4 o'clock and he doesn't get fed until 5, and he started barking at me telling him to feed him at 3:30. Dude.
Yeah, that's why he pooped on the carpet, because you would not feed him.
Yeah,
He's
I'm not
making room.
convinced he's
He's
not
empty
Italian
now, and he
anymore.
wants sustenance. Please feed him.
Talking
I will
about
feed him when it is
Yeah.
time.
talking about shit on the carpet.
Yeah. I want to play the game that I'm here for.
So there's the library, right? And well, I guess it's like right off the main road of Fogwell. Does that seem like a plausible thought to everybody that it's
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I don't think we ever cemented it down because
sure.
yeah, we just kind of it's like within the town limits for sure, like the
Oh yeah,
Town
I
proper.
definitely.
It's not just in the middle of the woods.
yeah.
That's
Caradunus's
fun, and
shadow.
like
It's like out right outside.
yeah, it's right off where the main road used to be.
Mhm.
It's not there now though,
I'm sorry?
because a giant chasm has opened up where the main road of Fogwell used to be.
Oh
No.
Yeah, awkward, really.
That's
that
not where
that
it's supposed to
is.
be.
Yeah, it's true. It's not actually supposed to be there. Also not supposed to be there, like these weird crystal things that are like
No.
growing along the sides of the
Oh.
chasm. That's real
No.
awkward, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the really weird part about these crystal things is they're like moving. They didn't do that before. Crystals don't normally move.
Rock crabs.
Right?
They're rock crabs.
I want to cry.
A rock lobster.
Hey, anyway, yeah. So that's what's going on. So you asked what was outside, so like, you wanted to look out the window. So I mean, that's the cool sight you see outside if you looked.
So,
Oh.
to be clear, there is a giant chasm between the library and the rest of Fogwell?
No. Oh, I'm sorry.
The road leading out of Fogwell is now a chasm.
Correct. But we are on the Fogwell side of that road or on the other side of that road? That's what I'm trying to distinguish, because roads have two sides.
They do have two sides, and this is the main road that goes through Fogwell.
Right.
Yeah.
So
it's
then
now
Fogwell is
two
split.
halves.
So there's now Fogwell North and Fogwell South, or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah, you guys are in Fogwell South.
Okay.
South side.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Team, we better just get moving.
Which side are we on? North or south? The library.
South.
Fogwell South.
Okay.
Yeah, you're on the library side. There are bits of road still like kind of just there.
Uh-huh.
You might be able to find a bridge across. There might be enough like bits that you could jump across if you were feeling daring. But otherwise, you are on this side. And now, like, well, you said you haven't said that you've stepped outside yet. So
I think Arthur's just gonna say, well, shit.
Okay, yeah, no. I think we just need to get moving very quickly.
Where, Philip?
Yep.
Well, I can fly. You do. You figure out your
Correct.
thing.
You can fly, Philip. The rest of us have to walk.
Just walk around the chasm.
I think if you and Fig are gonna go find Miss Merrill, now's the time. This isn't gonna stop you, but it's gonna take me, Cole, and Ren time to find a way across. And
Okay. Okay, Fig, are you ready for your your flight on the airplane, Philip?
I guess.
Okay, snacks are provided. They're the nuts I keep in my pocket. Let's go.
don't eat the nuts.
Arthur wouldn't eat the complimentary nuts. It's very sad. I've
Look.
been fermenting them for several
They've
years.
been in there for a long time.
Okay, up, and away. We Philip hooks under Fig's arms and begins to ascend into the sky.
Honestly, a pretty cool way to use a rifle
So
to snipe from the air.
so the town is saturated with seeds.
Okay. Oh.
I do want to remind everyone of that small amount of that small problem. Going forward, any kind of manipulate someone rolls will be rolled at a -2.
Jesus.
Except Fig. Fig, as soon as you step outside, that weird little marble thing begins to glow a little bit brighter.
Oh.
And that warm feeling inside grows as well, and you are not affected by the seed. If I have to make people roll right now, as long as you're holding that marble, you do not have to roll to resist the effects of the seed. The only way the seed can affect you is if you accept it on purpose.
Not to metagame, but remind me what we usually roll for seethe.
Act under pressure.
Yeah, act under pressure.
And I can tell that it's this little orb that's helping me.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
But it is glowing brighter. So like you might be able to guess if you look at it. And what you did not feel this way before you had it.
Yeah. My Fig's temptation. Well, I guess I wouldn't know that it's like going to prevent me from the seethe, so I don't want to metagame. My temptation would be to give it to Arthur. You know?
Oh. Poor guy.
Okay, well, good to know. I'm gonna hold on to it for now, because I don't think that I, like, understand exactly what it does yet.
Sure. Sounds good.
So y'all are flying off?
Yep.
God, I guess so.
All right, neat.
Great. Question for the keeper.
What's up?
How far is this chasm? Like are we talking, 10 car lengths, 20 car lengths?
It's not Grand Canyon length across.
Yeah, for sure.
Like it's not that much of a gigantic thing.
Like, I guess, in your opinion, what like municipal object, whether it could be a lamppost or a building, is tall enough to to have fallen over and actually create a bridge?
That's a good question. Let me think for just a second.
While he's thinking, I think Arthur is going to turn to Ren, and kind of like in this moment in which they have now flown off, Cole is kind of over there. I think he's going to kind of like reach out and grab Ren's hand and say, We haven't talked about what happened.
We haven't had time. To...
We may not have time later, so I'm just gonna say it right now. There's no pain in this world that I've ever felt that was as deep and terrible as the one that I felt when I heard that you were dead. And and he kind of just squeezes your hand, and I think he kisses you.
And I think Ren kisses back. And when the kiss breaks, and I think Ren says, I'm okay now, though.
I think Arthur kind of chuckles, and he kind of shakes his head, and he says, I'm sorry, but you and I have no idea what the other side of this looks like, and I just didn't want to leave things unsaid.
And I think Ren just nods and says, I'm glad you said it, because I was thinking it too.
And I think Arthur's not going to let go. He's going to continue holding Ren's hand, but yeah. Sorry, Keeper, I didn't mean to pull you away.
No, it's fine. Love moments are good. You know what? I'm gonna heckin' reward it because I'm the keeper and you guys can't stop me. I said earlier that a -2 is what you would take if you want to manipulate someone in the thing. As long as you two are together, you only roll at a -1, and you gain a +1 to act under pressure while under the effects of Seed.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
So long as we're together.
So long as you're together.
Cool.
If you're apart,
Normal.
it gets worse.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk about that
Cool.
if it ever happens.
Sure,
Well,
sure.
it depends on if you guys are willingly apart or torn apart.
Okay.
'Cause if you're willing apart, it's normal. If you're torn apart, it's gonna make it worse.
Yeah.
But we'll cross that bridge if we come to it. Right now, we need to cross a different kind of bridge because this chasm is at least as long as a tall telephone pole.
Okay.
Like,
Cool.
you're not jumping it for sure, but
Yeah. I have a telephone pole right outside my house, so that is a good metric that I can imagine and envision.
indeed,
Cool.
most of us have probably seen them.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. Actually, in California, are they underground?
The telephone poles?
Is
Yeah.
what? No.
Okay. I know in some places they
I
are.
think it's all.
Okay, gotcha. I know in some places they put them underground now, so I didn't know for sure.
It might be both, but
It might be. It might be. Yeah.
I do know that it got really windy at some point in the last 2 years, and it like knocked some of the wires down, and we had like a live wire in our backyard, and that was really fun. I guess that's electricity, but still, it was outside and not under.
Well, that's the thing is, like, I think the telephone poles are the electrical poles. Like,
Yeah.
because I don't think.
Yeah, it's like all.
Yeah, it's all connected.
It's all connected. Uh,
Listen, man.
None of us are.
It's all
Hey,
connected.
listen. Nope. None of us are that playbook. Okay, stop.
Damn.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you how much I actually want to play the Flake since watching the X-Files.
Cole was almost a flake when, like, instead of the searcher. Like that was his other.
That would have been that also
his-
would have
his
been
other
really
thing.
good. But okay, I think Arthur's going to look at Ren and Cole and just kind of be like, we need to start trying to find a way across.
Do we want to just help the people on this side of town, or are there any people on this side of town? I guess.
I mean, not in your immediate area, but there's nobody on the other side of town in this immediate area either. So
Yeah.
you're going to have
Okay.
to go searching.
I think, yeah, I mean, we if we do go, I'm not sure whether or not we're still following the plan of like collecting the people specifically to make the library a safe space. I think that is just kind of how we have to move forward in the moment, until the keeper throws another hard move at us, right? So I think,
Yeah.
I think Arthur's just gonna kind of like nod and like, fair point. We should probably help the people that we can find on this side while keeping an eye out to see if there's anything that we can use to cross the bridge, because we still want to try and we still want to try and help people on the other side too.
Right.
All right, well, let's get looking.
Cool, and we will take off and start doing that.
Yep, and I think that while we're looking, we're going to return to the other two. What's up, you two? How's it going?
We're
You tell
flying
me.
through the sky.
Yeah.
You can fly twice as high.
Da-na-na.
You make a rope and hope for the most.
Haven't we done this? I'm having deja vu. Have we done this exact?
I don't think so. I would
This
Okay.
exact bit, probably.
No, I'm always original. I'm always original. Yeah, no, we're just flying. We're flying. I'm trying to make my way back to the the fog well.
Yeah, and Fig is trying not to freak out, and Little Man is also trying not to freak out.
Yeah, true.
Little man becomes a rabbit and just starts attacking us, like affected by the seed.
Hopefully not. Good God.
All right, so how are you doing this, Philip? Like, I like, don't just say I fly. Like, how are you flying? What are you doing? Are you going to try and go above the forest? Are you going to go through the forest? Like, what are you doing?
I'm trying to do the magic of the Fogwell. We've never been concrete in. I think
For
Philip
a
is going to
reason.
try to. Yeah, I think Philip is going to try to fly above the trees for the most part, and then when he's like, okay, now we're close enough, he'll try and get into the woods, because I almost feel like the magic of the Fogwell is sort of like, you can't just like fly straight down from it, like into it. You have to sort of like go through the woods.
You gotta go through the Lost Woods. You gotta listen for Suria's song and,
Yeah.
you know, follow which direction it gets louder in. And
Yeah, it's. I guess it is kind of like Tears of the Kingdom, where you can't just drop into the Deku Forest. You must go through it.
Oh, you
And so I think
can't?
he's gonna stay above the. After you go in Tears of the Kingdom,
It was a
specifically, you
joke,
have to,
Chris. You don't have to
go through the depths. Okay. Anyway, welcome to my Tears of the Kingdom walkthrough. But yeah, so I think he's gonna try to stay above the trees for the most part. And then when he's close enough, he'll go and like try and place Fig down, and then they'll start like running through the rest of it to get into the foggy wells.
all right, do me a favor and roll Act Under Pressure.
Okay, Artech, okay.
The catch-all roll of Monster of the Week.
Okay.
That doesn't
I do
sound
have a 2
great.
cool. I rolled 1 and a 4.
It's 5.
So that's 5. Plus my 2 cool is a 7.
All right, the keeper is going to give you a worse outcome, hard choice, or price to pay. Ooh, buddy. I actually already know what the. I'm going to give you a hard choice, and I guess, unfortunately, I'm sorry, Fig, but you are part of this hard choice, or you get to make it anyway. Um, because as you guys are flying over the woods, you hear the panicked and pained cries of someone begging for help. So you can choose to continue going and ignore them, but you are probably dooming whoever that is to a terrifying, lonely, painful death. How's that for a hard choice?
Yeah, answer the trolley question, guys.
Yeah, do we save a known amount of people by getting to Miss Merrill, or do we save this one person? Cool. I think Philip sort of gives Fig a look like, do we both go or do we split up further?
Split up by dropping Fig.
I drop ship Fig down onto like an Amazon drone. I drop Fig into the fray while I keep going, or we keep going, or we both stop.
Can I see at all what's happening, or I can only hear it?
You can't see it, but you can hear the person begging for help, and you hear the. I think Fig would know. You can hear what sounds like frenzied. The sound of frenzied animals going on down there as well.
Oh shit.
Like.
That would be a brutal way to go.
Yeah.
Getting torn apart. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. Philip, can we? I can't. Can we go help that person?
Okay. You want us both to?
I mean, I don't know where I'm going after. If you have like written instructions for how to get to the Fogwell, or
Well, it's kind of well. You have to think. You have to close your eyes, walk 10 paces, then walk back 5 paces. Then you need to let a fairy demon lady stab her fingers into your mind to possess you into moving in that direction.
My legs! I only have 2 of those!
Oh, okay.
My leg!
My leg! Cool. Let's... Okay.
This
fine.
guy stinks! Sorry.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I just didn't know. It feels like we're on a deep time crunch, but I agree. Let's go. And Philip's gonna go down to try and save the person.
Okay.
okay.
As you 2 dive into the forest, it doesn't take you long because this person is screaming quite loud, and as you land, there is a hiker that you don't know. This person is probably not from Fogwell. It's a guy who he's kind of scrawny looking, dressed mostly in black. What's wrong? Saul?
Nothing. Continue, Dustin.
What's wrong, Saul? Saul, what do you think's going on, bud?
Continue.
No, what's going on, Saul?
We talked about this. Dustin met with all the
What-
players before this and
What did we
asked
talk about,
questions, and we talked about this.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but he is currently has his back against a tree, and there is honestly almost a herd of deer standing there, staring at him. And one of them, perhaps the one that has come out on top, has blood on its antlers. They're
all standing like human.
yeah, they're all standing like humans, but like slouching forward a little bit. Like they're all, like they're trying to look human, but they're not. No, they're not. But they look honestly terrified as they kind of keep shifting their weight on their hooves, like they're getting ready to charge yet again at this guy currently on the ground.
So I have a move called Friend of Beasts, where I can use manipulate someone on animals and beasts. Can I? I'm gonna try to call out to these deer and say, I need y'all to leave this hacker alone and never come back to him. You don't gotta leave the woods.
They all start packing actual suitcases.
Ah, fuck. You know how hard it is to fold your underwear with hooves?
Yeah.
It's like the Adventure Time, like he removes his
Yeah.
his hooves and
Oh
his
my
glands.
God.
Those little hands there, and they're
They
just
just
like,
start-
man, do you know how hard it is to find like cheap real estate in the world in today's climate? I just don't.
Man,
Anyway.
all this urbanization bullshit.
There's no such
Alright,
thing as
roll.
ethical landlords in this economy.
All right, roll manipulate someone for me, Masha.
Cool. I forgot that I have a -1 in charm, so. Mm.
At least it's not a -3.
Yeah, you don't have to take any additional minuses.
Yeah, it is an 8 -1 is 7, so mixed success.
A mixed success on a manipulate someone, you say?
Uh-huh.
They'll do it, but only if you do something for them right now to show that you mean it. If you ask too much, they'll tell you what, if anything, it would take for them to do it. Obviously, they're not going to tell you anything vocally.
Philip's pocket nuts.
These are not.
He's a what?
Philip's pocket nuts. He has nuts in his pocket. Just
No,
toss
he
them.
doesn't.
He
I
does.
do. I told you before we left. I had pocket nuts. I told you.
They've been fermenting for hundreds of years.
They've been fermenting in my pocket.
God, they're a kind of nut that doesn't exist anymore. We're really gonna waste it on these deer.
All right. So these deer are they look terrified, and obviously they can't tell you what's going on. But I think Little Man can help you with understanding. They're
God, okay.
they're scared, and obviously they're more attuned to natural goings on than a lot of people are, and when something upsets that natural thing, they're really going to be sent into a panic. Right now, they need to be shown that you are not a danger to them. You need to show them that you are not doing this to try and lead them into harm's way, but rather are doing this so that everyone can walk away from this safe.
This could be wrong, but Wildlife Masha is pretty sure that the way to do that is to, like, Fig is going to sit on the floor of the forest.
Okay.
And just breathe really slow and, like, stop looking at the deer. Like, she's going to, like, look away and be quiet and still.
Okay. This
And just be calm.
This guy like keeps looking back at you and then back to the deer in a panic, back and forth for a moment.
You just need to show them that you're not a threat.
And Philip floats down with his skeleton face and goes, "Shh, she's really rather good at this."
He doesn't seem to be that panicked by your skeleton face.
Seen Carnunos.
Who is this guy?
He doesn't seem to be bothered. And he just kind of nods and then tries to sort of emulate your actions of calming himself down, and just instead of staring at them, he just stares at you. And I think that Little Man kind of pushes your gun a little bit. I'm guessing it's on your back, as if encouraging you, just put it down. Just they've seen guns before. They know what those are.
I'm going to put it on the ground, but I'm going to keep my hands on it in case this hiker has a moment of insanity.
Okay. And I think that it takes a few moments, but slowly the deer begin to walk away. They are not completely calm because it's still a very panicky sort of situation, but they're no longer ready to start stampeding as an entire herd over this poor hiker, and instead they just sort of move off, except for the one who seemed to be in charge, who kind of gives you a knowing look and then turns and leaves as well. Very, very Disney for a moment there.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It almost it's almost like it gives you a nod with the blood on its antlers and it walks.
I just look at it. I'm gonna turn my attention to the hiker. Has he been gored?
No, he has not been gored.
Okay.
That blood doesn't seem like it was his.
Concerning.
Yeah,
Still,
it
okay.
sure is.
Not our problem.
Yeah. I'm gonna put my hand on this guy's shoulder and say, Rat, the deer shouldn't bother you now, but you gotta get yourself out of these woods. I can't help you. I got places to be. Here's an energy bar, and she's gonna go into her bag and like pull out a fucking Cliff Bar or whatever, bag of Gorp. Try not to die. It's getting weird in town and around.
He nods. He goes, "Yeah, I know. Okay, this is gonna sound really, really weird. I'm sorry if this kind of freaks you out, but I think something magical is going on here."
No.
I was,
Go on.
So do you guys know of any like? This is gonna sound so silly, but like, really magical spots around here that might be out of whack or something? I think I'm supposed to go there, and
Oh.
Who the fuck are you?
What's your name, kid?
I'm Ned.
fuck.
Damn it! God damn it, Dustin! Saul, is that why you were
Yes, that's what.
laughing? Like,
He said wearing all black, and I knew immediately. I was like,
are you a goth, Ned? It's too hot. It's summer. Ned, alright. You seem
You seem in out of your head. Here, have a little
some-
snack for your time. And Philip throws
Um,
some of his nuts on him.
I'm allergic. Starts swelling up in the little spot where the nuts hit his face. Don't take that out of context, anybody.
clip it.
Oh,
Oh,
boy.
you're such a sweet boy. Here, have some nuts.
Alright, Ned. I think that you might be right. Something magical's happening here. Did you travel? Are you not a Fogwell resident? You just came here because things seem to be going poorly and you decided to put your hands in it?
Yeah, so I've dealt with weird stuff in the past, and I was with some friends in the attic of this old house. We were doing a spirit board, and
Okay, that sounds very interesting. It sounds like we have 100. If only we had 140 hours to learn all that story. Anyway,
If you want to know that whole story, you can go to our YouTube channel and watch our VODs from season 1.
It's literally episode 1. It's not that one specifically is not 140 hours.
Spoiler alert, Ned is a character that we already know, except not any of us, because we're different characters now.
yeah, you seem okay. So
one
anyway,
of us do. I think Ren would.
Ren
Ren
might,
would have.
yeah.
Ren is selective on who they are able to remember.
They
from
would
the
know
previous
they would know
time.
Ren, but I don't know that Ren would know them. kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Fair.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, cool. Yeah, you seem like a very cool person. Love to explore your lore and cool backstory. Can we please? But we are on a time crunch actively, so either.
No, wait, but it's spelled Fogwell, and I think it wanted me to go here.
Okay, I just can't deal with more fate shenanigans. I'm sorry. I just already went through all this shit with my own mind. And also I'm kind of a one-person ride. So if you could maybe like follow from the ground.
Well, did you go in somebody's mind too?
Oh no! I mean, I went into my own mind, which is a fractured. Again, we're talking too much.
Yeah, it's all right.
Okay, we gotta wrap it up. And he's gonna start picking thing up again. So you can either like follow us from the ground, or you can. I don't know if we're close enough that I don't really have to go back up in the sky and we could just run. But it's either way, we gotta get going.
I mean, Philip, you would know how far we are from where we need to be going.
It's a sort of nebulous kind of thing. You're there when you need to be there.
Well, we need to be there now, and we're not there, so.
Oh fuck.
Wait, so you're just gonna fly there?
Well, no, I can't. I don't know if I can necessarily fly there. Normally, I have to float through the woods, and so I was going to. So we're sort of taking the quickest way I could. But yeah, no, we're going to a magic puddle where I hugged the jellyfish once. I mean, like 5 hours ago.
Is that an innuendo?
It's been like
No,
an
it was a
hour.
glowing blue jellyfish who felt like
Red.
the absolute. It was red. I thought it was
Mhm.
blue. Oh, this is so sad. I didn't catch his name. He seemed like such a nice fellow.
Okay, well,
Um,
look, we've got to go, right? People are in danger.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Rad.
lead the way.
Okay, strange boy, have some more nuts. And Philip starts flying.
So does he.
What
No,
the fuck?
shut up.
Who the fuck are you?
I've been learning from a magic user recently.
Well, you're okay.
Oh.
You're a weird fucking kid.
She's weird too.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Anyway,
Implications.
let's get out of here. Anyway,
You guys
Okay,
could
yeah,
probably
please-
pick up on it pretty easy.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm stupid. Who is
It's-
it? Who's the
I think it's Cassie.
Cassie.
Cassie's the implication.
Thank you.
Cassie's teaching Ned magic.
Rad.
Probably not the best person to learn magic from. so.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's fine. And
Yeah, she's
everything's
fine.
great.
All right. Anyways, he's flying after you because that was one of the last things that I gave her whenever she leveled up was fly. So he's learned to fly too.
Nice.
Okay. All right. So let's jump back to the other three really quickly. While these, I guess now three, fly toward the Fogwell, and we'll join you guys back in a minute. All right. So you two plus Cole.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. We were looking for either a way across or some sort of danger thing, right?
Yeah, essentially we're trying to find like people who need help while keeping an
Okay.
eye out for a bridge.
Okay. Give me a number between 1 and 6.
2.
Okay, cool. So you guys walk through town for a bit, and eventually you come to, well, it's across. I'm viewing it as across the street from what used to be Miss Merrill's, and it's where you last saw the Pratts, and
Oh, so we're on the side of town in which the Pratts are still that the Pratts were in?
no, you're on the opposite side of town. The Pratts are on the side with Miss Merrill's shop.
Which
you
is
guys
on
are
the north
opposite.
side. Gotcha. Okay.
You guys are on the opposite side of Miss Merrill's shop. But you approach and you hear just this cacophony of voices, yelling, screaming, shouting. A couple of gunshots can be heard, and it is across the chasm. How would you like to do this?
Okay, so there's nothing active happening on our side of the chasm. There's no people running around or screaming or anything of that nature.
There may be people like weeping on the side of the road if you want to stop and talk to them, but no one is actively seemingly in danger right now anyway. But there are people who seem to be in shock from what's going on.
Okay. yeah, I think anybody who's just sitting or like is out and about and not like actively aggressive or violent, I think, you know, Arthur's gonna be like, head to the library, you know, like make sure that to like point them in that direction.
I do think that some of them are willing to hear you out. Some are kind of gone. They have completely been lost to shock in the moment.
Like
They
dissociation.
yeah, they're completely dissociated with the situation at the moment, and even when you try to speak to them, they may look at you, but you can tell that they're not there.
I was gonna try and be funny and like slap them across the face and be like, "Wake up!" But like, I also I feel like the normal person would probably get agitated and angry, and so that's probably not the right move right now. Yeah, I mean, for the people who seem to be kind of like dissociating and things of that nature, I think Arthur will just reiterate again, like library. Like just like say it, hope that it sticks. And just like continue moving onward, I guess.
Can I try and read a bad situation from across the chasm to see what's going on
You sure can.
at this?
Don't say that.
Well,
Sure
that's
can.
snake eyes, and
Ooh,
I don't have any sharp. So
neat. Is there anything special? I don't think so. I just get to make a hard move, right?
I think so.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Lovely. Awesome. Cool. So you are squinting to see what's going on across the way. You have to get, in order to even try to get any sort of sight on it, you need to get right up on the edge of the chasm. So
Okay.
as you do, you're standing there squinting when another quake begins to happen, and the ground beneath you makes a very loud cracking sound.
Arthur's moving.
Do me a favor and roll act under pressure.
All right. What's my modifier?
Cool.
Never mind. I was thinking.
Yeah.
manipulate
This
someone.
isn't you trying to resist the seed right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it? Okay, thank you. Yeah, I didn't hear you. Okay, so you are able to leap back away from the chasm as the ground that you were just standing on crumbles. But that's not the only thing that happens. So Arthur, since you were sprinting in your way there, you can catch Ren to keep them from like just toppling themselves over onto the ground. That's fine. But a red crystal crawls up from the chasm. And as it touches on the ground, it segments. And weird red sinew grows and stretches that looks like bare muscle, connecting bits and pieces of this red crystal. And it lets out a blood-curdling screech in your direction, causing two more to climb up from the chasm as well. I probably don't need to tell you this, but these things seem very, very hostile. What do you want to do?
Arthur unsheaths his sword.
So does Ren.
Cole
think-
will grab his axe.
Yeah. I think Ren immediately goes in. I don't think there's any question in Ren's mind that this thing is gonna fuck shit up, and so they're gonna try and kick some ass.
All right, do it. Roll to kick
All
some
right.
ass. Tell me what happens.
Arthur follows in after them as well.
That is a 10.
All right, cool. Choose your extra effect.
Can I force them where I want them and back into the chasm? Just like push them back into the chasm.
You can. Yeah, we will say that you dash forward and you basically use the butt of the sword to smack this creature, this weird crystal thing crawling from hell, uh, right in the face, and it stumbles back and falls. But as it does, it lets out another really loud screech, and a burst of seed escapes from its mouth. Roll act under pressure for me.
All right. That is my third 8 on the dice in a row, and all of them have been 5 and 3. So that's another 10.
Well, you do still have the -1.
Oh,
Instead of the -2,
so
you have the -1 on top of that.
I thought the
Because-
-1 was
yes.
for.
It went up to a -2. So, like Cole, for example, will roll with a -2 for acting under pressure from seed.
Oh, I thought it was for manipulate someone. My bad.
Um, oh, you're right. You're right. I lied to you. You're right.
Mm.
So never mind. I lied. So you can have your 10.
Okay, I rolled a 10.
Your eyes flash red, and for a moment you feel this blinding fury building up inside of you. But as you feel Arthur at your side, you're able to slowly let it out. Arthur, what are you doing?
I think Arthur is going to attempt to do, because these things are big, right? Like they're from your description, it seemed as though they were kind of like larger than the normal human.
Correct. Yeah, they're abnormal. They are
Yeah.
like I don't know how to explain exactly. Like their proportions are gangly. Like
Sure.
the sinew stretches longer than it should be able to, and it makes them almost spider-like in appearance.
But height-wise, they're taller than the normal human.
Yeah.
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 Then I'd say
They're probably the size of. Have you seen the movie Alien?
yes.
Xenomorph. They're xenomorph size.
Great. Then I think Arthur's going to do the same thing that he's done for pretty much any enemy that's larger than him, is try and attempt to get them off the center of balance and get them on the ground. So he will, slash at legs or whatever they're using to hold up their own weight, and in an attempt to get them on the ground. So hopefully we get a +10 and force them where we want them. Otherwise, it's just harm.
Hit them.
All right. That is a 6 and a 4, which is a 10 plus 2 is 12.
All right. And you have the advanced.
Correct. So I would like to force them where I want them. And so I think they'll take. I believe it's.
Do you have advanced kick some ass or just regular kick some ass?
Oh no, I just have regular. So I
Okay,
was just gonna take that extra effect.
That's fine.
Yeah, I think that's. Jizz.
Yep, that's fine. So you want to force them where you want them and knock them on the ground.
Correct. Yes, and then they'll take. I guess I believe it's. I haven't really said that I was going to be using the that I've been using the whetstone, so it'll just be 2 harm from my sword. And specifically try and take out one of their legs and get them have them slam down on the ground so that it's easier to attack them.
I think it starts to it's enraged by this. Big surprise there as your sword cuts through the tendon sinew like substance and separates it from part of the crystal. As you do, you notice that the normal odd red glow in that particular crystal stops once it's disconnected from the main body.
Gotcha.
It does, as it falls, it doesn't really have the chance to spit at you yet, so it slams down the other crystal, dealing, we will say, 2 harm But if you have armor, armor will protect you.
Gotcha. I don't have armor, but I have the warrior move, which is if you're fighting with and against old-fashioned hand weapons and suffer harm, you suffer one less harm. And monster attacks almost always count as old-fashioned for this move, so I'll take one harm from them.
Sounds good.
Cool. That's what Arthur does.
Okay. What does Cole do?
I think Cole goes for the
I
one.
imagine-
No, by all means, Mars.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, I imagine Cole is kicking ass too.
Yeah, I was gonna say to have Cole come in and finish the one that's on the ground.
Okay. Roll it.
Okay. Let's see. Cole has a +1 to tough. So it's not snake eyes, but it is a 4 and a 1, which makes it a 5. With a +1 makes it a 6.
Cool. All right. So I get to make a hard move against Cole.
Question for the
appreciate-
keeper:
Yeah, what's up?
Would Arthur getting it down onto the ground not like help in some way? Question mark.
Well, you didn't choose. You give advantage forward, which would be a +1.
Sure, but you know, you could be cool. You could be a cool. You could do a cool thing for a friend.
Could I? Nah, I'm not gonna do that. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. So Cole comes in to finish off this creature with his axe. He has it above his head and is ready to bring it down, but there is a third crystal creature, and that third crystal creature seems to almost react to another of its kind having a part of it chopped off, and it leaps at Cole, knocking him to the ground and dealing 2 harm. Cole does have prepared to defend, so when you suffer harm, when you kick ass or protect someone, you suffer 1 less harm.
Oh, thank God.
So he will still only that, but he is now pinned by this thing, which looks like it's getting ready to spit on him.
All right. Cole is at 2 harm.
Yeah, and the other one is reaching for the inert crystal.
So the
So,
third one has Cole pinned. The one that I got
Uh-huh.
down to the ground is reaching for the inner crystal.
Correct.
Okay. Ren, what do you want to do?
Ren's gonna go for the third one that has Cole pinned.
Cool. Arthur's gonna move in on the one that he has on the ground.
Okay. So, Ren, do you think?
That's a 7.
Okay.
7.
So we're going to inflict.
So
harm
Ren is
on
just slashing at it for 4 harm.
It lets out a oh wow, 4 harm. Whew.
Yeah.
No, okay. So it lets out a loud screech, and it looks like liquid seethe oozes from the wound, dripping around and out of down on the ground. And I think that in this moment, rather than choosing to attack you back, it spits at Cole and lets out a burst of seethe on him. So Cole is going to need to roll act under pressure. But he can use weird with his thing because it's absolutely because he has the thing that lets him use weird if it's a monster called Just Another Day. So Cole will roll. So
Do you want to
Mars,
roll?
why
or
don't
do
you-
want- Yeah.
why don't you roll?
Okay, I'll roll.
Okay.
That how much weird does Cole have?
2.
So that's a 9.
But he is at a -1
Hmm.
because he doesn't get the same bonus you two do for being in love.
Sure.
So it would have mattered anyway. Oh boy, so I get to give myself a worse outcome, hard choice, or press. Okay?
Yep.
Man, this is hard. Why didn't you guys tell me this is so hard? When you guys were doing these, like, you guys didn't tell me it was hard to come up with stuff. All right, I think I'm going to give it a worse outcome for Cole, as he does resist this absolute coating of seed to the face. Um, but he does it by bottling it up inside of him. So the next time he rolls with an extra -1.
Okay.
That is his worst outcome. Arthur?
I'm attacking the one that it was reaching for the center crystal.
Yep.
That's another 6 and a 4, which is a 10. That comes out to a 12. This
All
time,
right.
I'd like to inflict a terrible harm. And
Okay, so what is the terrible, or like, what is your damage with terrible
so
harm?
total, it will be 3 harm.
3 harm. And then, and you already dealt the
2.
1 harm from before, right?
2 harm from before.
2 harm from before.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so that's 5. So, yeah, as you do, your sword pierces through this thing's spinal column, question mark? Again, it's more gooey than like
Bone.
rock.
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
rock.
there's no real bones there. The rocks are just on its extremities. But as you do, you slice it in half, and it collapses to the ground, and all but one of the stones go inert. Only what was its head remains glowing.
How big is this stone?
Honestly, it's
Could I pick it up and toss it into the chasm?
yeah, absolutely you can.
Okay, dope.
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
I think. Yeah, I think Arthur will do that. He'll just pick it up and toss it into the chasm, so that he can
Roll
focus
act
on.
under pressure for me.
Sure.
As soon as you touch it, as fury flows through your mind.
It's act under pressure, right?
It is.
And I have. Is this in response to the seed?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Perfect. So I think so with the I believe we said it was a +1, right? Or to reacting to the seed, or was it a +2?
You don't take a negative.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So then I don't take a negative, so it's just the straight modifier. Which with act under pressure is a +1, and I rolled a 3 total, so that's 4. However, I'm also going to use my bottle it up move and give myself what I'm pretty sure bottle up is like you give yourself +3, right, to the act under pressure roll, and then for any roll after that, the keeper can choose to give me a -1 penalty to anything other than act under pressure.
I hold 3, right?
Correct.
I think you can choose up to 3.
Yeah.
And for each one, you give me a hold to give you a -1 to anything except act under pressure.
Correct.
Okay, sounds good. Okay.
So I was at 4, and so with the +3 makes it a 7. So a mixed success.
A mixed success. I'm gonna do the same thing to you as I did to Cole. So you will also take the next time that you have to deal with the seed. You have to take a -1
Okay.
to that. So -1 ongoing. No, I guess it's -1 forward when
Yes.
dealing with the seed.
Cool. Also, the next time I have to do, yeah.
The next time you have to take a -1 for it.
And then you also still have those 3 holds for other stuff.
Yeah, correct. Because as you touch this thing, you've never felt the seed like this before.
Love that.
It's like flashes of memories that aren't yours force their way into your mind of this wrongdoing that has been done in and around Fogwell. You see what looks to be men in armor chopping down trees as this person that you were envisioning yourself as tries to stop them. They knock them to the ground, lift their blade, and bring it down, and your vision goes dark. You feel this fury of this person moments before their death, but you're able to bottle it up as you chuck this stone into the ground.
Great. Love that. Love having the keeper have 3 hold on me during the finale. That's great. Love that for me.
It's gonna be fun. I gotta spin them. You know, that's the thing. That's the wild thing.
Sure.
Anyways, there's still one thing left. What do you guys want Cole to do about it? He's still technically
pinned.
pinned. Yeah.
Can he still try and does he still have his axe or can he? I guess he has martial arts, so can he try and like kick it in the stomach?
Yeah, he can do that. Roll it
Right.
for him.
Oh, do you
You
want to
wanna
roll,
roll it?
Mars, or do you?
I don't care who rolls.
Up to you.
Let's have
Chris,
Chris,
you roll.
roll. Yeah, let's make Chris roll.
That's
Yeah.
funny that all of us said Chris. Like that was me and Sal were like, let's have Chris do it.
Is that actually true? Do you want me to actually?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll for Cole. Oh, that's a nice sound.
That's some good.
I rolled
Yeah.
a 6 and a 2.
All right. So that's gonna be 9.
All right.
So yeah, he kicks it, which deals 1 harm, and it also immediately just goes unnerved. You almost defeated it with your blade, but as he basically your blade is still kind of sticking in its spine, and Cole when Cole kicks it, he finishes pushing it onto your sword and splitting it in half, and the same thing happens. All but one of the stones that was its head go inert.
Arthur's
So
gonna call out and say,
One is glowing.
"Watch out for that last one. It'll get you." And like he's like, holding his hand and like flexing it from like the after effects of the seethe.
I think Cole will roll to his feet, shout 4, and then golf swing his axe into the
The stone
rock
into the
and-
chasm.
the stone and knock it into the chasm.
Yeah. All right.
Sword. We could have
Alright,
kicked it
so-
like Viggo Mortensen and broken our toe.
True. The thing that anybody says when they're like, "Hey, what's some interesting fact about a movie that you know?" Did you know I was actually
Yeah.
screaming because he broke his toe when he kicked that helmet?
Dope. So we've dealt with these 3 crystal dudes.
You have indeed dealt with these 3 crystal dudes. I can't really say what crystal dudes because you've dealt with them.
Sure.
Yeah.
Arthur's gonna look at everyone else and just say, "How's everyone doing?"
I'm fine. You all good?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Cole's eyes are a bit red, and he has to take a few breaths and say, "What the hell were those things?"
I mean, we've seen the crystals before, right? They were like lodged inside the body of Daniel Foster.
Yeah, but they didn't get up and try and eat us or whatever the hell those things were doing.
We took care of them, but there are probably more out there.
Yeah. I hope the other guys are doing okay.
Me
Speaking
too.
of the other
Yeah.
guys, Chris and Nasha.
Great movie.
Chris and Masha, yeah.
No,
I'd
the other
watch it.
guys.
I'd watch it in theaters. Oh, okay. Anyways, so you all no more screams of agony or pain as you fly over the woods for now, and you make it to where I guess the Lost Woods would begin, or whatever you want to call them,
Yes.
Ding, 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 ding.
the Foggy Woods.
Ding, 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 ding.
But
Ding, ding, ding.
Beep, beep, beep.
the fog is looking very red today.
Row.
No thanks.
Well, good luck, everybody. Hope you don't have any deep-seated anger issues.
Me?
It's okay. I don't have anger towards any one of you. I just have anger towards all mankind in the world I've been forced to live in. Anyway.
Haha. Cool. Do you want us to roll anything in particular because the fog looks angry? Or are we okay?
Yes, I would like Chris to roll Act Under Pressure.
Okie dokie, artichoke.
Fig, you don't have to do it this time.
Hell yeah.
And yeah,
I rolled 2 4s. Plus my cool is a 10.
oh, okay. My brain once again was like, "Oh, you rolled a 4 plus your cool. You have 6 cool, but no, you."
No, I rolled
My-
2 4s.
My brain. I guess I can't understand doubles today. Doubles are not allowed in this environment. Okay. So we'll say for now you're feeling a little all right for now as you enter into these spooky woods. You know the way though, right?
Yes, I think I've been a few times.
Okay. I don't like the fog itself is Angie fog, but it's not changing the forest around or anything
Uh-huh.
yet. So I think that the three of you are able to make it to the fog well, where everyone is dead. Just kidding. Psych.
Oh.
That was a joke.
Dustin, good gravy.
I just wanted to give.
Like start shaking.
I just wanted to give
it literally
everyone.
is right now.
I just want to give everyone a little bit of a heart attack. No. They're
That
there.
was a lot of a heart attack. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. No problem at all. They're there. Although they do not look like, you know, they're daisies or whatever. As you step into the area around the fog well, there is kind of a bubble up, and you step in, and immediately you have 3 angry-looking spellcasters whipping whatever they're like whatever the equivalent of pointing a gun at you is, with the magic.
Atticus just pulls out a normal gun.
Hold right there, big boy.
Is he
Stay
still
wa-
is he still
He's
in
a
raccoon
raccoon.
form?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
Rocket
he's like,
Raccoon. If he's got a
stay
gun,
where you
that's fine.
are, fucker.
This stoned raccoon pulls a gun on you in the woods. How do you reply?
No, it's okay. He's my buddy. He's my pal. He's my rotten soldier. My good time boy.
My good time boy.
Okay, cool. I think Philip's like, whoa, hold on, buddies. Let's come down, best buds. Remember us, Fogwell 4? We're a little band of wizards. Remember the team?
Philip, what are you doing back here?
It was sort of,
That was the very first time I've ever done that voice.
It
oh my
is.
god.
You did good.
You're doing great.
Yeah, no, yeah, so yeah, no. I went over, got my friends in a good order, but now, the volcano, the mountain exploded like I foretold. So yeah, so we were hoping maybe you had some ideas. I didn't know if my little, I didn't know if my plans were really gonna work. I sort of went through that whole spiritual journey to try and remember that spell I used to trap my soul in my body. Thought maybe that could work, but we're just sort of in the brainstorming, throwing out ideas phase, I guess. How are you?
She just kind of blankly stares. And hey, I have a question for Estelle real quick because I'm bad and didn't write this down.
Mhm.
What's Ned's last name?
Hastings.
Hastings. Thank you.
Blank.
Ned Hastings.
Yeah, talk to
Wait.
yourself, Dustin.
Wait. Okay. So there's Fig's here. And
Yeah, we got Fig.
Ned.
Got Ned. Yeah. I've got my nuts.
You two know Ned?
Just met him.
I wouldn't say we're best buddies, but we're getting there.
Hi, Miss Merrill.
I'm sorry. How do you know Ned?
Through degrees of separation, I more know of him than know him. This is our first time meeting in person.
Oh, you're like online pen pals?
Something like that, yeah. I had a few online friends,
That's cool.
but not the move. Cole has that move.
Oh,
Miss Merrill runs a Discord channel. Confirmed.
Okay. So, what the hell is happening out there?
I kind of gave you the rundown pretty much.
Yeah, but there's just okay.
Mountain exploded.
So I'm gonna give you one number, and then
Okay.
another number,
Okay.
and you tell me what the problem with the difference in the numbers are, or how they're related. All right.
Okay.
The first number is 2. The second number is 5.
Okay.
What's the correlation between these?
3.
Okay, that's the difference. I'm asking where are your friends?
Oh no, yeah, no, I see. Okay. 3. No. Yeah, no, I wanted them to come, but they were all like, "Oh, we got to save we got to go and save the people who, might be in trouble or might be killing each other." I thought that maybe the fastest way to do that would be to get to you, so that's why we're here. But they wanted to do, stop the little stuff right now, which is important, just because we don't know how many people are gonna die in the next few minutes. So far, we got
Minutes.
1 death.
I will say, I thought Dustin was referencing the number that Chris had given him and the number that I gave him, which were 5 and 2.
2 and 5.
That's a
Yeah.
very
Nice.
strange coincidence.
Wild, isn't it? It's like I pay attention to everything.
Huh?
Anyway, I think someone was doing lawn care outside, so I apologize if you can hear. Okay. So we were too late to stop it, but we need a way to
Contain
contain
it.
it.
Yay.
I still think your spell might work, but and she pauses for a moment and seems to be lost in conversation, lost in thought. But if you go up the mountain, it'd be suicide. You'll be lost to the sea before you can make it to the source.
Is this the captain talking?
Yeah, it's supposed. I'm trying to be.
No,
Okay.
okay. It's because you used the ye, and I was like, that's
Yar.
the yar.
Yar.
Yeah. Yo.
Yo ho!
Yo ho. Yeah.
Just gotta
Anyway.
put the pirates on.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty much my thought process as well. I was hoping maybe you had a solution to, or maybe, because again, me jumping into that puddle, it does seem to get me to the places I need to go. So I didn't know if that was an option.
The fog well, it is a connection, but it's not so easy to manage.
I mean, I hooked that jellyfish pretty hard, and he got me in the place where I needed to be.
Yeah, but we kind of knew you needed to be in town, and I guess we know where you need to be. But this stuff, and she just gestures all around you. It's working mayhem on everything, any kind of connections. We need a way to fight it.
Yeah, that's sort of the hard thing. I don't know how to really increase to the scale of the problem here. Normally my spell, when I made it, was sort of for a singular person. But to do sort of a big volcano mountain, I'm not very good at the the increasing the serving size.
And
I was hoping you would have some ideas about how I do that.
most of the ideas I can think of. I mean, we got some magic that we can use, but it's not going to be strong enough to keep us safe to get up there. We need something that can fight this stuff, but I might have had something in my shop, but it's gone now.
Like a glowing marble. Cough, cough, cough. Cough. Nope. Okay. Well, we're screwed. See you later, guys.
No,
There's no solution to this problem we have of we don't have anything that keeps the seed away.
in fairness, Fig doesn't know that the thing is keeping the seed away, I suppose.
Okay.
The little orb.
Correct.
Yeah.
Philip, use your magic spidey sense.
Yeah. I guess I could.
So there's a few things that I could think of, but I'm just trying to think of how they can counteract the fog. We've never experienced anything like this before. At least not an erupting mountain. It's not really even a volcano.
Is it like a mushroom?
Stop.
Man, that's something no one's gonna get except
No.
us.
Actually,
gonna
I
get
do
Yeah.
have some mushrooms we could take right now.
I've got this. A literal fairy gave me this shit.
All right. Okay. So the town is in danger. We can't just sit around on our laurels and do nothing.
Yeah, this shit's fucked.
Okay. Let me think. And she pulls out her little cigarette holder and lights it up and takes a few puffs herself. All right. Think.
Brain
Yeah,
blast.
I'll do a solo here.
There you go.
Think.
Props help.
And
Well,
I think that as she does, and I think Atticus Campbell would be the best for this, but I'm now terrified to do his voice because you two do it so well.
Just
And I
think
don't
of Legend
wanna-
of Korra and think of fire ferrets. You know, like you can do it.
Oh,
I
very
will.
Everyone you know and love.
Here we are, something like this going.
Yes,
here,
correct.
right?
That's
There
it
you
right
go,
there.
yeah.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yes, of course.
The Avatar.
Now, I mean, there was that feeling I had. It was I'm almost
No,
going
no,
to
you-
Christopher Walken if I'm not
It's
careful.
fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
We're
He's
I
a
don't
raccoon.
even know
Where-
what you're doing.
we need more
I'm a raccoon.
magic cowbell. You know,
Atticus is
But
having
no.
a stroke.
I'm telling you, there was this feeling soon after you went down to town. See, I'm almost Joey Wheelering it too. Now I'm really. I said fire ferrets, and it came out like, the flame swordsman, and that's not what I'm going for here.
Ah, yes, the flame swordsman.
Yes, but there was this feeling of something almost the opposite of the almost the opposite of the. I can't do it. I'm sorry, guys. You guys are just so good at this particular voice.
Man,
Um,
I believe in you.
something the opposite of the seethe in town.
Just put emphasis on specific vowel sounds, and I think that's, yeah.
Yeah, but without knowing where it came from or what happened, we can't really do much with it. Well, try reaching out again. All right. And I think that Miss Merrill grumpily walks over and holds hands with a raccoon again. And like she yeah, pretty much like she's kind of like hunkered down to his level, and he's got his like little weird grippers going on. And I think that there's this weird glow that kind of surrounds them, and immediately as soon as this glow starts, Miss Merrill stands up straight, turns, and stares directly at Fig with her sunglasses. And she walks over and just stands right in front of Fig, and just like almost like a dog sniffing for something, she kind of just scans her gaze up and down Fig for a moment and says, "What do you have?"
I'm sorry.
What do you have? You have something you didn't before.
Oh,
You have this glow about you.
right. Oh.
Miss Merrill.
And then they kiss. You get 2 kisses in one episode. Congratulations. No, I'm kidding. Well, Cole handed me this little thing that was on Roromir's body. I didn't think much of it, but it's the only thing I've picked up. And I'm gonna like pull it out of Boromir died.
She snatches it and kind of just holds it in her hand, and she goes, "How did he die?"
Shot to the heart. And he was too lame.
He was shot.
No, that's the cause of death. Why?
He turned on us. He was obligated by Jamie Foster and the Pratts to capture Cole and do all of this stuff, and they had taken Aomir, so he was coerced. I think Fig knows all of this.
Into getting shot?
I can't remember why we shot him. Out of character, I don't remember.
Okay, so what happened was, or no, go ahead, Chris. If you know, you know.
No, so yeah. So here, I'll jump in here. So yeah, I kind of hopped in right at the end there, but supposedly Jamie Foster shot at Cole, and to make up for his wrongdoings, Boromir jumped in front of the bullet, as they say.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
I need a minute. And she goes back to the Fogwell for a moment, and she just sits down and is completely silent. Like there's no chanting, there's no glow, there's nothing. She just stares at the Fogwell with this little marble in her hand, kind of rolling it between her fingers as she sits there. And she sits there for a while, just in complete and utter silence, and it's the captain that breaks the silence. We don't really be having all day. We be running out of time. And Miss Merrill immediately sits up straight. She turns to look at Fig.
More
And
like
she
turns
says,
in Fig's direction, right?
Yeah. I mean, she knows where Fig is. She can absolutely sit. And
Fig breathes real loud.
Yeah.
she
I can hear your heartbeat.
and she just looks in Fig's direction, gives an awkward smile, and says, "I am so sorry."
Why?
I need you to gather your friends. And she stands up for a moment and looks in Ned's direction, who just straightens up like that kid in school who
You are out of your league here.
He has
kid.
who suddenly sees
I imagine him with a Jan sport.
who the teacher has looked at, and he's just like the teacher's just called on him, and she goes, "You have something for me too, don't you?" And he nods and reaches into his backpack and pulls out this thing wrapped in a cloth and offers it to her. And I don't think it is what you think it is this time, Saul. For
Okay,
real.
all right.
But that
hope
would be really, really cool, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
If she opened it and there was a book inside of it.
We destroyed the book. I think we did.
I
right?
think we did.
There were always dupes, though, I think.
Yeah, we did
Yeah.
say because it was a translation from the original,
Correct.
like Egyptian.
But
So what's in
no,
there?
She sits it next to the fog well, and whatever's inside of it begins to glow. She slowly unwraps it, and wrapped up in this cloth is a weird-looking clock. And Ned starts to speak. Cassie had that. She said that she got it from, and Miss Merrill holds up a hand to stop him and finishes. It belonged to a warlock who used time magic. And she once more looks to Fig and says, "I'm so sorry." And we're gonna end it there. We're gonna end the session there, my friends.
Harumph.
You can't do that to me.
I
You
just
can't
did it
end the
to you.
session there.
Yeah. So we're gonna see what that means next time. But now we will move into the end of session questions, shall we?
I do think we need to we need to go back and apologize for saying you don't have to have watched season 1 to understand what's going on.
I mean, it's not pivotal. It's not pivotal to like where we have gotten, or like to where we are narratively in the story.
Yeah.
They're just like these are like answers, possible answers to the question.
Correct. And yeah, they're more just Easter eggs than anything else. It's like if you've never watched the old school Scooby-Doo, but then go and watch Mystery Inc. It's neat if you have watched the old school Scooby-Doo, but you don't have to really enjoy the show. I just finished watching Mystery Inc. not too long ago, so that's a good show. You should watch it.
Hmm.
But yeah, there's a lot more Ned lore. Season 1, episode 1 has Ned in it. One of my other mysteries has Ned in it. I like Ned. That's cool. Anyways, so end of session questions. I'm sorry. We'll get to these and then let everybody be on with their Sunday evening. Did we conclude the current mystery?
No.
No.
Did we save someone from certain death or worse?
We saved Ned.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think that you indeed,
Yeah.
like he was going to. If you had not stopped, he would have absolutely been trampled, and that would have
By
been
this
heartbreaking,
deer.
wouldn't it?
That would have been funny if I did that.
It would have been. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Crystal
there are-
creatures.
crystal creatures.
Yeah.
There are warlocks that do time magic.
There is a way to come back from the dead.
There's a way to come back from the dead.
Yeah, we like to watch that
Teenagers can fly? Question mark.
Teenagers.
That's cool.
Ned
If
is not
they-
really
if they
a
believe in
teenager anymore,
themselves.
gamers.
Young adults.
Yeah, he's definitely aged up by this point.
No, that's a child. Someone get this lost child.
Someone, a child. No. Did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters?
Ren came back from the dead.
Philip met a little
jellyfish.
jellyfish somewhere.
Yeah, and also
in-
and Ren and Arthur. I think they
Yeah,
knew and they understood
yeah,
it, but they
Yeah.
admitted their
It's official now.
feelings.
They did a.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for
and
them.
I think that anytime there's a smooch, that
We learned something.
well, that there's a first smooch.
You
Every
learn
time
with-
y'all smooch, that
Yeah.
doesn't count.
You learn something new with every smooch. That's the lesson of the series.
That's true.
That's one of
that's
the
it.
that's
Anyways,
one of the core strategies of Monster of the Week for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
that,
they need to add to the end of session questions that someone get a smooch.
I think it's one of the end of the session questions in Thirsty Sword Lesbians.
Damn.
Con. Superior.
I'm like
system.
almost sure.
as someone who loves masks as a apocalypse system, the Beacon has something like that where if they smooch someone dangerous or make out with a teammate, they can get experience.
Oh wow.
Incredible.
Yeah, the Beacon is like
yeah,
the
if
regular
any-
dude.
In Thirsty Sword Lesbians, if any PC confess their love, it's a end of session EXP.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
All right, so that's 2 yeses. So everybody gains 1 experience.
Wasn't it 3? Because we saved
Yeah, it
someone
was
for this
3.
one.
Oh, was it 3? Oh, it was
it was
3. You're right.
Yeah.
So gain 2 experience.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
Oh my god.
I am 1 away.
Also, speaking of Thirsty Sword Lesbians, I just remembered I am doing a thing on Friday. I should have said this in the announcements, but I'm going to be on a Thirsty Sword Lesbian stream on Friday. I will send information in the chat. I completely forgot about it until just now.
nice, dude.
dope. Thank you.
I just sent some Twitter information on it. But it's an event called Pride Never Dies because it's the month after Pride Month, and I'm playing Thirsty Sword Lesbians.
Hell yeah. Dope. Thank you for putting that in chat.
Yep, no problem.
All right.
Cool.
So that does it for us. For this session. So when is our next session?
Tuesday. Normal time.
All right. There we go.
We'll see you in
God.
2 days.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
This is gonna be the
That's
first
not
time.
enough time.
This is gonna be the
to-
first time that we've actually or not the first, maybe the first time, but like I'm not sure if we've ever played sessions this close together before, but like
Yeah.
it'll be fresh on the mind, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Never this close. We've done a Tuesday and a Friday before, but we've never
Yeah.
done just one day in between.
Yeah, we probably did like a tiny tables and then a normal stream.
Yeah.
I actually think that at one point, for us anyway, we did a session and then on Friday we recorded another session for
Yeah, we
the
recorded
following
something
Tuesday
else,
because
yeah.
we couldn't.
Well,
Cool.
Anyway.
thanks
Well,
for
yeah.
watching.
Thank you,
Love
everyone.
you guys.
yeah.
We appreciate you. We hope you have a good start to your week. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And again, yeah, we appreciate you. We love you. Make sure to be kind to yourselves and unclench your jaws.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
My jaw is so
Bye.
clenched.
Well,